hereby propose an interrogative, wherein we speculate upon the appearance of this particular female after we have placed upon her a funereal protuberance. And by this I am, of course, using the colloquial euphemistic sense. Anybody?
Tumbleweed.
Lady in Red, Christaberg.
No. The answer was Feel It by The Tamper featuring Maya. The original lyric being, what's she gonna look like with a chimney on her? And at the end of that round, the scores are, we all lose because that song happened. Up next.
Fitting. I am the Eggman, I'm the Walrus, Cuckoo Cachoo, and welcome to the Hot Topic Podcast. I'm your host, someone with me. I have other hosts. I have Taran.
Hello.
Sorry, I saw you taking a sip. I couldn't resist. Gregg.
That would be me.
And Eddie.
Why can't ATATs go straight? Because the General veers.
Hey.
Oh, kicking it off with a bit of Star Wars humour.
Why the pause?
Because I was about to say Trek.
You can get the fuck out now.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, you can't blame me. It's the better franchise.
Fuck you in your ass.
Die screaming with sharp things in your eyes.
On this podcast, we kill Taran, and we also have two pots. One from the host, one from the community, filled with topics. Draw them out at random, talk for 2 hours, and we drink whiskey. So Greggle's picked this up tonight.
I believe it's the famous grouse.
The infamous.
Yeah, I think infamous is probably a better way to go about it. Do you want to give us the horrible ear-shattering crack?
Oh, this one. Apparently not, it's that one. But it is, it's got plastic on it.
Oh, shit.
Greg can't open a bottle of whiskey. The world has gone mad.
Don't tell the whiskey that.
Only the Australian could be foiled by plastic. Ooh. Oh, that was
lame.
Well, that's as disappointing as
the whiskey's going to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, fair enough. Right, so let's carry on then. So what have we been all been doing with our week?
That's
good.
Do you know what? Not a lot. I recovered from, of course, if you listen to the last episode, Tom and I got very drunk.
Yeah.
So my birthday was mostly hungover, but it was lovely nonetheless. The guys at work, they got me a cake and a new model for X-Wing. And since then, pretty much everything I've done has just, it's been boring. I've been to work, I have X-Winged. Oh no, hang on, what did I do that weekend? Come back to me.
Good prep work there. So following that drinking session as well on your birthday and podcast recording, I decided, Taran's got big toys now. I want big toys now, so I spent 60 quid on Star Wars miniatures as well. Because I'm a dickhead.
Yeah, and so it happens.
So,
oh yeah, in that time we've had I've got another guy at work involved, so there's now 4 of us.
Brilliant.
Played a few battles, and then here earlier on, just before this show, I gave Eddie and Heath, who's not joining us tonight, a tutorial battle.
I won.
Yeah, Eddie won against Heather. It went well. I did have the interesting the interesting experience of trying to put a 3x3 playing space on a 4-foot table. I thought 3x3 to 4 foot, that's fine, but ran up against the old.
I haven't done quite a bit of carpentry in your days.
I mean, I wasn't really thinking about it. But I thought 3x3, 4 foot, no problem. And then ran into the old square peg in a round hole issue.
Precisely.
Now, I thought, to get around this, well, if I just do the 3 foot diagonal of the square, that would do it. Because apparently I'd completely forgotten trigonometry.
Yeah, that's not
so
how it works.
No, not at all. So we've got an incomplete playing space. But it was fun, and Star Wars has weirdly mostly been my week. I don't recognise myself anymore, Tom. I talk about Star Wars all the time. I drink coffee.
Yep.
One of us.
I'm not. I mean, other than the whiskey, I'm more or less not drinking again.
One of me.
I exercise. What the fuck is going on?
And with me, I have a new host, new Taran.
Welcome to being grown up.
Who am I, and what did you do with the real me?
It's like the old Taran, but only 1 calorie.
He's in his 3rd decade. That's what the fucking difference is.
Old age.
Yeah, no, I'm still young at heart. Still playing fucking war games at work.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, you're not exactly grown up.
You're only as old as the boys that you feel.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
12.
So by that reckoning, I am both 12 years old and Filipino.
So speaking of things you should do when you're a child and not as you're an adult, I went bowling.
Yay!
Quite a few of us went bowling. My missus decided she wanted to, so organised it and we all went.
It was fun.
It was really fun. It was brilliant.
Who knew I could bowl?
Who knew bowling, for me, will turn into a 24-hour drinking bender?
Oh, we all know.
So I disappeared with a couple of our friends and that was it. That was me for the entire next day.
Yeah, considering some of the people involved, I'm not at all surprised.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Really fun. I came out of it exceedingly pissed and with a laptop to repair. I don't know.
As you do.
Oh, I remember what I did last weekend, my birthday weekend. Saturday, I went to Tower Gate, to the Bavarian drinking hall for Captain Sickbeard's 30th birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking steins and steins. I think I overpaid significantly. I couldn't figure out where all the money went, because it was expensive there, but I swear I didn't spend this much. And then the next day, I went to get something from the shops, and I thought I only had a tenner left. And then when I pulled it out, there was just a little thing on the corner. It's like, oh, this is 2 tenors. Oh, no. Did I just massively overpay at that bar? But yeah, after we were there for a while, and then we went back to Captain Sickbeard's place, had a fire, bit of a sit-around. And after that, on Sunday, played Wiz War. So I accidentally bought 2 expansions to Wiz War, which is one of my favourite beer and pretzel games.
Yeah.
And the way you accidentally buy expansions is by telling a mate who's going to a convention months ago that you're interested in inviting them, and then getting a text from him the day of your birthday, but just seeing the name, assuming that's from another friend, and saying, no, it's all right, I've got another mate, I've got a guy at work on it, sourcing it for me. He received this text back, just thought it was completely indecipherable humour, and just bought them both anyway. So when I went into work, I got there were 2 X-Wing models that I'd ordered, and these 2 expansions. So, I mean, he's bought them, so I guess I've bought them now.
Oh, damn.
Oh, no. So the Sunday was spent playing Wiz War with the expansions, and that, oh my god, I love that game so much.
I need to play it more, actually. I've only
Yes,
played
you
it a
do.
couple
Yes,
times.
yes, you do. Yep.
5-way is fun.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we one of the expansions introduced a 5th player, and it's Carnage. It's good Carnage.
Yeah, fair enough.
Providing you subtract Pokemon Go from it.
Oh, well, no, I mean...
Too many distractions, was it?
Yeah. Never mind. Anyway, sorry, that's me done. Out. Taz out.
Just remember quickly, while we're talking about birthdays and things like that, bit of housekeeping.
Oh, yeah.
The same week as everyone else's birthday, last podcast week, it was also Dave Vincent's, so happy birthday to you.
It was, wasn't
Sorry
it? Yes,
we didn't
happy
mention you,
birthday.
because it was literally like the day after recording or something, or the day before we released or something like that. So, happy birthday, mate.
Yeah, I sent him a very circumlocutive happy birthday of sorts, in just the way I do.
Fair enough.
Anyway, Greg, what have you been up to, mate?
Oh, well, since the last time I was actually on the podcast, which was quite some time ago, I've managed to fumble my way into a relationship, which is quite fun.
Good.
God, you're doing that wrong. You don't fumble into a relationship, you fumble before the relationship.
Oh,
And then-
yes, of course. I went out and did lots and lots of, raving and having fun with friends over Christmas and New Year's.
Cool.
And I've also got lots more gigs to go to in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, you're going to Flesh God Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Is it next week?
Yeah, next week, followed by Meshuggah
jealous.
the next night.
Oh, fuck. Ouch.
Your neck is going to hurt.
Yes.
Gonna be also breaky.
In between those, I'm going to London Dungeons. So Thursday's Flesh God Apocalypse, London Dungeons during the day, and then Meshuggah.
That's just, not what you... after a fucking brutal metal gig, where you're going to be headbanging to fuck, the last thing you want to do is the next day spend your day on your feet looking at things.
And then
I didn't think of this.
And then going into a ride that simulates being hung by a noose as well, which is the London Dungeons ride.
Well, I can only just put up with it.
Oh, Coral Stomper, you done fucked up, son. You done fucked up. Shit. Ed, you got anything?
Since I was last on, I've circumnavigated the nether hell of insanity.
Yay!
Yeah,
Nice and
Have to get some nice pictures.
Yes. It's
Let's go
rather
through the slides
panoramic
later.
views. Here's me with the pitchfork. Here's me without a pitchfork. Here's why I dropped the pitchfork.
and
Don't ever drop the soap or the pitchfork.
the rest of it is largely cakes.
Yeah, I've made a lot of cakes.
Yeah, you did.
I've made a lot of cakes. But in
Very
my
good
defence, you've all eaten all the
Yeah,
cakes.
they were very nice.
Good cakes.
I'm
I like it
determined
when
to
you
drag
get anxious
guys-
because you start baking me stuff.
Held my first house party of sorts.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were all there.
Which I think we probably mentioned at the time. But yeah, that was cool. That was what, 13 of us?
Yeah, 13, 15.
Yeah,
I
board
think.
game night, yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite happy how that turned out. Buttered rum. Jesus.
Oh, dude. Yeah, please. What again? For the listeners at home, what is the buttered rum? How do you make it? Because that shit. Oh my god. Oh my. If I could just. If the law would allow a man to marry a beverage.
It's pretty sweet. It's rum, butter, hot water, ginger, nutmeg, and I think that's about it, to be honest. But in a specific amounts, and
It tastes fucking
It was.
gorgeous.
Oh my god.
goes down a little too quick. Lovely on a winter's evening. Very
For
warming.
reference, you used the not Delia Smith. Whose recipe was it?
Martha Stewart.
You used the Martha Stewart method.
Because if you're going to do cooking, go to the best.
Go to a con.
Yeah. Because I need to know how to make this shit out of prison available items in a radiator. out of the
Buttered
greenhouse.
rum, bog wine.
Yeah. Moonshine. But yeah, they went down a little too easily.
Yeah, they were fucking. Well, it was the fact that I drove over to yours and I left my car there.
Yeah, mate.
Back in the morning.
I greeted you at the door with a dirty martini, and it went downhill fast
Yeah,
after
that was not a
that.
good idea.
I gotta say, hello listeners. When throwing a soiree, take a tip from Uncle Eddie. Greet your guests with a dirty martini at the door. It just sets the whole night up so lovely. First of all, everyone feels a little bit cosmopolitan. Because I've got martini glasses and the shaker and the whole shebang. And you're drinking martinis, which is very cosmopolitan. But also, it's a lovely bolt of alcohol down every single person's throat. So everyone just mellows out within seconds.
Yeah, exactly. It's
It's-
like you walk in, like, oh, hello, nice to see you. Here's 3 easy to drink shots.
Yes.
Enjoy.
But I make a demon dirty martini.
they're fucking good, man.
So, but they went down very
Heavy on the
quickly.
vermouth.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
lots
that's
of dirty.
Oh, your dirty martinis as compared to mine and Tom's. You're geared towards
Taste.
a sensible palate.
Yeah, whereas yours are atomic.
Fucking killer.
Dickhead,
Yeah.
pure dickhead,
I've had-
high octane dickhead all the way.
Do you know what? I'd never had martini except with you guys, and I was convinced I didn't actually like martini. And then our dear friend Kelsky took me to Somerset House, where I had a proper dirty martini, and realised I like dirty martinis, providing they're made right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But because I think you two lean a little heavily on the gin for my taste.
I just put shitload of vodka into mine. So,
Yeah, loads of vodka, enough of a move to make the vodka easy to drink, and then probably a little too much brine.
Yeah, absolutely
because
too
fucking
much.
love me some olive brine. Shut up, the world. I will fight you if you disagree. Should we do a show?
Fight me. Yeah, go for it.
Wicked. So, Ed, we haven't had you on in a while. Do you want to take one from Le Pot de la Hot? This one right here. Yeah, cool.
Sorry.
No worries.
Oh, one other thing, actually. I imparted knowledge on someone this week.
Oh, did you?
I taught Chris how to
Is this
podcast.
Oh, okay.
Christakis.
I thought for a second there you were using imparted knowledge as a euphemism for fired a fucker.
No, I've done that plenty. But yeah, no, I've been showing him how all these magical ear fairy things happen.
Oh,
The best
that's right.
terminology with Chris Ackers.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah,
Oh, okay. This one's from Eddie. It was written about 2 minutes ago.
wicked.
Australians, South Africans, and the Dutch marry, fuck, kill.
Ooh. Marry a Dutch, fuck an Australian, kill a Sappho.
Really? I would
Yeah.
definitely say fuck a Dutch.
Yeah, but then if you marry them, you also fuck them.
Yeah, I suppose the Dutch mentality is quite amicable for marriage life.
Yeah.
I don't like the South African.
I mean, I'd have to do
accent
some.
very
I'd
much.
have to do
couldn't
something
marry-
about all the tulips.
I
but-
couldn't marry a South African because I don't really enjoy the accent as much. That would drive me nuts.
I personally think I'm going to kill the Safi as well.
I think South Africa's going.
I don't think the accent.
I mean,
I can
you'd
deal
have
with
to
it.
fuck an Australian because you couldn't marry an Australian. Like,
Oh,
Well,
no,
that
wait.
depends.
You
Wait,
spend a
Do you
long
need a
amount-
green card?
no,
wait, I'd happily
never
marry
that badly.
an Australian because
Aussie dad.
I've met Sea Dog.
Oh, Aussie dad.
My friend who every single story she ever has where it with one of us, it was like, I'm
Sheila.
Yeah, I was trying to keep it aside. I was trying to keep it aside. Every single one of our stories.
So we
go,
were high
I was
on
so
meth
drunk
this one time.
Like, really high on meth. Fucking amazing.
Oh shit! No. Oh, no. Hang on. Oh, there is the one South African actress lady married to Sean Penn.
Charlize Theron.
Oh my god! Yeah, no. Damn.
is
Yeah,
a
but then not
lovely
like
lady.
not everyone's Charlize Theron.
No,
So
I am.
I too am Charlize
I've got
Theron.
timeshare as a throng.
I'm Tiger Woods. Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you, Taz. Marry the Dutch, fuck the Australian, kill the
See-
South African.
I would probably go down that route as well. I wouldn't marry an Australian because, like, I live here and I don't want to. But the only issue with it is that because my mom's South African, it would just feel a little bit wrong, like trying to either fuck or marry a South African.
Nice.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean,
logic.
Yeah.
if you were only related to a Dutch person, this could literally be incest for you.
Yes. Well, technically, her family is Dutch, so
Okay,
There it is.
do you know what? I think whatever happens, like marrying a Dutch, marrying the Dutch in the equation.
That's the wrong one.
How can we? I might break it up or sort of change it a little bit in that we'll get the Australian and the South African to simultaneously fuck and try to murder each other, and then me and the Dutch will sit back behind our one-way mirror,
Yeah.
and
Two-way glass coffee table.
and then just
Daddy likes Belgian chocolate.
masturbate. To be fair,
Yeah, fair enough.
to just masturbate to the whole thing, and then whoever wins, we eat. Because I don't know, it seems like the easiest way to get rid of the bodies.
Oh, I thought you meant eaters in.
No. I mean, actually, prepare, cook, devour.
That sounds like a proper Dutch thing to do.
How
'Cause,
how
like-
would you cook them? Would you saute them? Or?
I mean, it depends who won.
I mean, you could pan fry in garlic and butter.
Oh, first topic, so much whimsy. Fuck me.
Yeah, but then I mean,
You'd always start with the buttock.
the problem is like if you pan fry a sappho, you're just gonna like get this really greasy layer of apartheid.
Yeah, but if you
That's
pan,
just gonna get stuck in your teeth.
but if you pan fry an Australian, the amount of alcohol in the system will just flambe.
He's got a point.
Absolutely.
And
But
the
but
Dutch
you
is
could-
going to have a nice smoked quality to it.
Yes,
Oh, I'm not.
that
Gonna,
I will really enjoy.
I'm not going to eat the Dutch.
Okay.
Not unless she asks nicely.
They're like they're probably
Fuck the Dutch.
they're probably going to be cooking for me.
I swear, actually, fuck the Dutch has come up in the podcast before. I know that phrase has definitely come up. In joke 600.
I don't know. I mean, I think either way, however you look at it,
Have we officially run out of numbers before we run out of in jokes?
Yeah.
however you look at it, when it comes to this question, I've only really got one thing to say, which is iron coming in.
Brilliant. We're making that a thing, are we?
Oh yes, yeah, making that a thing.
Wicked. Right, fuck it. Next
Tom,
one.
yeah, go for it.
Give me one from the community chest. Thank you.
I mean, you'd have to barbecue the Australian, wouldn't you? On the beach,
It's only set fitting, yeah. Smoke the Dutch,
smoke the Dutch.
barbecue the Aussie.
You have to boil the boil
get it
the
clean.
South African just to blanch all the apartheid.
No,
and-
what you do is you put it on the low heat to separate.
yeah, absolutely.
Fucking fantastic work, sir. Shake my hand. Oh, anyway, this one is from Captain Sickbeard, right, Dom?
Hey, Dom. Happy birthday.
Blimey, that was a big bike. How do you take your tea/coffee or both? Personally, I take my tea white, my coffee white, and my slash neat.
I like my coffee like I like my women, in a plastic cup.
Thank you, Eddie Izzard.
There we go.
Black, and shredding the shit out of a guitar.
Slash.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Got you. Yeah.
No, I'm black. I'm black all the way when it comes to like with boiled things, beverages. You just slam that whatever it is in there, pour some water in it. That's how it tastes. Then
I love a bit of full fat milk. You know,
Okay,
with them.
my one.
Milky and strong for both.
My one is Builders. Brew through a boot.
Yeah.
Brew through a
Absolutely.
boot. Drown it in sugar till the spoon stands upright. That's how you drink your tea.
brewed under density to really squeeze every last ounce of tannin
Yeah.
out of the tea bag.
And
It's got to look
and-
oranger than Trump.
And never wash the pot.
Yeah,
Never wash the pot.
Never wash the pot.
Coffee, any way I can get it, I'm addicted.
Yeah, fair enough.
Says the man drinking coffee liqueur as we're talking.
Won't be talking for long, will we?
I've had too many of these.
I must admit, I've been spoilt working in the hospitality industry, just having instant access to an espresso machine at all times.
I would
so
die.
I
Yeah, no,
still
like
haven't tried an espresso
the
yet.
pint of espresso for breakfast is probably not the best idea.
Pint
this morning.
of espresso for breakfast.
Yeah, I tend to, 3/4 of the way fill a pint glass with espresso and then top it up with milk.
Do you know? I know.
That's how he gets through
I
the
know
day.
exactly what you mean
Wow.
because for Christmas a couple of years ago, I was bought an espresso kettle, and I've never worked out how to not just fill it and make 8 cups of espresso.
No, just do that.
And I don't own any espresso cups, so I just pour it in a mug, milk, sugar, drink it, 8 shots of espresso straight down, and then I vibrate my way around London.
Wait, hang on. So, I mean, I'm still like not totally au fait with the whole coffee names. So, is it which one's like the flat white? Which one's the American? Which one's the one where it's just like a shot of espresso with milk on?
That's a latte.
That's a latte.
Not steamed milk, just milk poured on top of it. Is that a flat white?
That's a flat white.
Flat white.
Okay,
flat
cool.
white.
So, what would
You
you?
will heat the milk though first, because otherwise it'll be cold.
Yeah, but not steamed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
I
don't
think
foam
you're
it.
thinking.
Okay,
yeah.
fine. Well, I don't know.
And then Americano would be a double shot of espresso over water, and then you can add milk if you want.
Okay.
Which would probably
So-
be what you'd want.
So what? Nah.
Or a
No,
mocha.
Americano with no
Just
no milk.
just brutal.
Or a
just,
mocha.
Just give it to you straight.
Just give it to me. Like, I want that shit tasting like an orange. I want it.
Strip the
I want
saliva
it
from your
tasting
throat.
of soil and boots and chicory.
And third world exploitation.
Oh my god, the children's tears make it so good, so good.
I often think if Tazri made The Lion King, it would be an interesting film.
It's the circle of strife.
Yeah.
So I found out recently that Indian tea growers, in fact most tea growers, Indian, Chinese, whatever. Yeah, so most tea growers when providing tea for England will just use the worst leaves. Always.
Oh yeah, the best stuff goes to the countrymen.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
we fucked that country over so many ways. Like, I'm just happy they don't spit in it.
Oh no, they give us the ones which they use to like wipe their buttocks.
No, actually, do you know where black tea came from?
You racist, but
Black tea, what we consider English breakfast tea.
Yeah.
So the different colours of tea are all based on oxidation of the leaves. It's all come from the same plant, it's the same leaf variety
yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. So green tea being, white tea being the purest, and green tea and all the way down the line. So you got black tea. It's
It's
the one
also
that's been
age of the leaf as well, isn't it?
oxidization of the leaf.
Okay, fine.
So black tea, because it was sent over to England on a fucking ship, was ruined by the time it got here by oxidization. And
Right.
then we all went, oh, isn't this nice? It tastes from the Orient. Oh, no. And now we've adopted it as our...
Oh, we were
tea.
all just such like caffeine junkies by that time. I was like, fucking just give me whatever. I'll pour milk, sugar, whatever. Just give it to me. Let me sit around with my friends. I love the caffeine.
We've only really enjoyed things like green tea or white tea for the last 10 fucking years.
Oh, it's so much better. I so rarely have the darker teas. I love margarines. Love them. Love
only when you
and
come to my house.
Jasmine is by far and away steamed jasmine, particularly. And again,
that's pretty good, yeah.
I have that just pure.
Green tea, ginger for me. I love me some ginger green tea.
Fair dues. What about the Australian? What's going to be your Luddite response to this?
Oh, it's quite easily.
Beer.
All the milk, all the time.
Of course.
No,
Was it camel milk?
Preferably straight from the breast.
the Australian version of tea and coffee needs to be drunk through a Tim Tam.
Yes. And
Tim Tam slam it, motherfucker. Look
Hell
it up.
yeah.
Everyone go find some Tim Tams and fucking do it.
one
Tim Tam
corner.
slam.
If you'd like to
Opposite
make your
corners,
own Tim
straight through
Tams, take a pack of penguins and leave them to go
It's not the
off.
same. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Then make them full of cooking chocolate and just basically ruin them in every way, shape or form, and welcome to Australia.
Fuck you, I'll fight you.
Do you know what? I was just about to like try and go for some whimsy, but then I realised what I was going to say was awfully close to the actual truth, because I just remembered civet coffee. It's like, I like my coffee. I like the best beans eaten by an animal that knows the best beans and then shits them out.
Yeah.
And then we collect the seeds and wash them off, and then that's my coffee. It's like,
Nutty.
are you
25
fucking
pounds
shitting
a
me?
cup.
It's insane.
Ridiculous.
I've actually tried it. There's a London hotel.
And
So
is it particularly good?
It is incredibly delicious. £25 delicious?
No.
But it, like, certainly I wouldn't mind paying the extra 35p in Costa.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Cool.
Right,
Give me the hot pot. Time for a new one.
Thank you for that one, Dom.
Dum 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 dum.
Dom 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 dom.
Michael.
Tom asks, your preferred method of suicide?
Wow, I don't remember writing that, which is scary.
There's a roller coaster designed.
Yes, euthanasia.
Yeah. Where
The euthanizer.
yes, that's it. And it's essentially it starts high, and it's just a series of 10 loops decreasing in size. And by the end of it, the G's will have killed you. And the idea being that while you're still capable, you're put in the you're put in the carriage, the train, and then you have the button to press go. And so like it would be great fun, and because it's G's, you'll just pass out very slowly, and then by the end of it, I don't know. I assume you're basically liquid inside.
I also think you
not
get.
liquid,
I
but-
think you get a rush of endorphins naturally that helps take you off very gently. For me, it would be
wouldn't
jumping
that-
out of a plane without a parachute.
Really? That sounds terrifying.
No, I'd just like to experience flying.
You won't be. You'd be plummeting.
No, but like
Wingsuit.
if you go, no, not even wingsuit. Like literally just. Wendy, I can
Christ.
fly.
Or I mean, you could do. I mean, if you want to sort of experience flying. But you do kind of like, in case maybe you change your mind, you can do it in such a way that you have a squirrel suit. You're pointed in the direction of, say, a cliff.
Mecca. Oh, right. Yeah.
Or something very large. Yeah, something very large and cliff, like the cliff I just mentioned.
Yeah, that'd be the one.
But also you've got blinkers on your eyebrows, so you can't see ahead of you. So you're just watching the world go below you. So I mean, if you really want to, you can pull that chute, you can pull out of it. That's not a problem. But also, when you do finally hit the cliff, you won't have seen it coming. Done. And also, my God, I bet that would look so comical.
On a related note, driving a bus off a cliff through the face of Cliff Richard.
Yeah,
Yep.
once.
We can do the
fair
young
enough.
one style.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
I mean, there was a conversation I had with some friends on a middle of a night, on a bit of a brandy night, I think it was. So shit got weird. But it was how ridiculous a suicide. So you need to basically create a domino effect of events. And it was a competition, how you could make it happen without anything going wrong, but just of the randomness of everything.
So like a
Rube
Rube Goldberg.
So basically, I had a thing whereby I had an electric chair wired into the mains. The trigger was the doorbell. So then basically, I went through a series of events that culminated with someone ringing my doorbell. And my friend just pointed out they'll probably knock. Just like, fuck you. But like, it was like, it was calling out for a pizza to be delivered to someone else's house.
Yeah.
And then, having them then resend it to another house. And it was just a series of unfortunate events, but it's a series of events that basically culminated in someone ringing a doorbell that then sparked my electric chair. And that wasn't even the weirdest one. The weirdest one was my friend who had started a revolution in Japanese technological warfare that culminated in him being absorbed into a computer like Tron.
Oh, I'd like that.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
Okay, I haven't quite got the details on it yet, but how about something like, so you put yourself into a guillotine, and then you have one hand over the kill switch, and then with the other, you just have a wank. You have the last wank of your life, you've got a screen just above you, watching whatever you want, and then as you come, or whatever, or you relax, like you hit that kill switch, and so it's wank, 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 come, boom, done.
Pretty good.
I think
you wouldn't even need to clean up your own mess?
No, fuck it. You just leave that for other people.
Couldn't you just hire?
I think that's fair enough.
For that, couldn't you just hire that woman out of Goldeneye? What is it? I've won a top or whatever.
Oh yeah.
The sexiest death ever.
Xenia on the top.
Xenia on the top. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really suicide though, is it? That's contracting your own murder.
Assisted.
It's slightly different.
Assisted
I
suicide.
mean, you know, is it Rob Hutton's lead singer of NXS died of the asphyxia wank?
Yep.
I mean, that also seems like not an unreasonable. In fact, it was the asphyxia wank that gave me the Gilliwank idea.
If it was
Plus you have
any
an orange.
sort,
1,051 kilowanks.
if it was any sort of suicide, then it would have to be rocket straight into the sun.
Would that not take a while?
Yeah, you might die of old age before the time.
Plus,
you get
also,
there.
wouldn't you die of asphyxiation before you get there? Because, no air.
Well, you know. No.
I mean, I
said rocket, so you're on a rocket.
Yeah, it's a bit of a distance, mate.
Yeah.
Also, I've got to stipulate when I'm
Fine.
talking
You can
about
swing a
like.
shot around the moon, speed it up a bit.
Star Trek's not actually...
Yes, it is. Goddammit, it is to me.
Star Wars, yes. Star Trek, no.
Yeah, I've got to stipulate when I'm talking about like preferred methods of suicide. The reason I'm committing suicide is because I know I'm going to die anyway, and I want to go out on my own terms. I think that's just
Oh, is this like...
important to get out there.
You get the cancer, you get the 1 week to live, I'm going out my style.
Or I learn I've got Alzheimer's. And
Yeah, but
it's
would you
like-
remember to go through with it?
The plan would be to sort it out before I get to that point. Is my point. Sorry, just to bring it down a little bit. But I think also, if you know you're going to die, that means you've got all the time and right to come up with the most inventive method you possibly can.
Go to Beachy Head.
It's not really been invented. I mean, if you go to Beachy Head to drown in a bath with a toaster, that's inventive.
Oh fuck! Why has no one done that? That's so cool.
Like, go to the most...
Go to Beachy Head and go to the top of the cliff and shoot yourself in the head. That'd be hilarious.
Like, go to somewhere famous for a certain way of dying and just rewrite the history.
But yeah, for international listeners, Beachy Head is this little cliff. Is South Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah, where people go to jump off into the rocks.
It's very picturesque.
It's
All
beautiful.
very Wuthering
That's the idea,
Heights.
yeah.
And
Thinking of that, what about that forest, that suicide forest in
Japanese
Tokyo?
one.
the suicide forest in Tokyo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, you've still got to hang yourself, and that hanging yourself.
No,
doesn't seem
you'd
like
go
a-
there and then shoot yourself in the head.
Well, I
Just
mean,
like right on the edge.
kind of breaks the aesthetic of the place, though.
Okay, how about this? What if you could pull a Jesus?
What? Rise 3 days later?
No, sacrifice yourself as the ultimate martyr.
Oh my god!
I do that on a daily
I don't
basis,
know that
like,
I could
I'm
deal
always
with
the
that
mark.
amount of drama. To be quite honest with you,
I would do it and just not tell anyone. So that everyone's like carrying on life as normal.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
all your sins have been washed away and no one knows.
okay. How about this? All right. I'm talking at the top of the Canary Wharf or another.
Shard.
Pick another
Shard.
large building in the middle of the city somewhere.
Shard.
It's got to have a flat roof because you'll
Shard's
also
got a
need
flat bit.
a fistful of ludes and a trebuchet.
With shards not big enough.
Play a live version of Hurt. Or no, Pain, wasn't it, on PlayStation 2? Fantastic.
I mean, I'm a bit of a Warhammer geek, and the Orcs and Goblins in Elf Warhammer, they had this catapult, which was basically you attached yourself to a giant rubber band and shot yourself in the air with a steel helmet spike. And basically the idea is to land head first into the ground, snapping your neck immediately. But like literally just go, whee!
Sorry, I mean, we've definitely had this question before. I feel.
We talked about killing ourselves.
yeah, quite a lot. We're
Yeah.
not very well. putting ourselves on the internet as a plea for help.
Welcome to the Nilecast.
Why didn't we think of that? Shit, that would have been much better. Oh, by the way,
Welcome to the nihilist topic.
next podcast, I forgot to say at the head of the show, sorry, this is a release for the 22nd of January, which means the theme tune contest is over. We've had so many submissions.
None.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Do you know, I was totally going to write something and I didn't bother.
However,
I think a lot of people did that.
However, I did have a
I'm not
chat
alone.
with someone whose music has featured on the show before.
Okay.
And they've agreed to let us use part of the song
That we already played?
Yeah.
I think I know who this
Does
is.
this person live with one of us?
No, it doesn't. So I'll double check with them, and then we'll get to, between me and Tom,
That's cool.
we'll edit something, and then we'll have a new theme tune soon.
I was going to
Wicked.
send you a suggestion,
And-
which was, why don't you go talk to Silas?
I don't really know them that well. Like, we ain't...
They are an epic band. You need to
They
check
are.
them out.
Yeah, go check out Silas. Sick Up Boys. Brat. Just like myself.
And the loveliest guys you'll ever meet.
Yeah, you just
They-
spend far too many drunken evenings in their presence.
I met them at Bloodstock and had a charming evening. The loveliest guys. And they were brilliant on stage as well. And I was like, blown away.
But also, a little bit of housekeeping as well halfway through the fucking show. Next issue is the 2-year anniversary, I believe.
Was it next issue?
It's number 52.
this
That's
is number-
2 years, isn't it?
Oh, yeah!
Holy shit. I need to do a fucking best of the last year special. Fuck.
Shit, I need to drop a couple of one-liners in just to get one.
So, yeah, I'll put up a best of the last year on, I think it's the February the 15th is our actual anniversary by the day.
Valentine's Day.
I think that's right. Sounds right. Don't know.
Yeah, it was something like that. No, it was a little earlier. Oh, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's going to be the 50-second episode. So
No. After the 50-second episode, I'll do a special. We'll do a proper
Oh, okay,
episode.
cool.
I'll
Is
do a
that
special.
inclusive of movies?
No,
Okay.
we've
bonus.
had 3 specials that don't count.
Hey, Tom, do you remember that thing I suggested after the trouble of putting together the last best of episode, where I said, should we just take notes of our favourite bits from each episode?
Yeah,
as we
ain't done
do?
that, have we?
No, we haven't done that at all, Tom.
No, let's get
no.
Beth to listen to all the episodes again. And just give me a list. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Lovely.
We should do a special for the anniversary, except we're all naked and take a photo.
Nice. Like
Could
it.
I make a suggestion?
Should we actually ask the listeners?
I was going to say Rickard, Ozzy Dan, and Captain Sickbeard.
Dave Vincent.
What's your-
and all of them?
Please let us
Si.
know what your favourite
Kai.
subtopics are, and we'll do half the episodes fan favourites, half the episode just our favourites.
Well, if
could
anyone's got
alternate.
some, I'm not going to leave it up to the fucking listeners again. They let me down last time. Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
okay, fuck you, Guy, you bastard.
Joking.
To be
I was
fair, though-
asking a big ask.
Yeah, it was a massive ask.
I'm not joking, die.
But if anyone does have any favourite bits from the last year, let me know, and I'll just email them into emails@pottopicpodcast.com. I'll have a read and add them in.
Right.
Cool, Greg, you got one for us from Sophie's Choice, I believe.
So
community.
from Emokid, John Kieran.
Hey, you're right, John.
Hey!
Hi, strangeness. Have you ever experienced any paranormal activity? For example, ghosts, UFO, Bigfoot.
Okay.
So just can I re-clarify? Are you asking, have you ever felt like this when strange things happen?
By an Aussie and all.
Would this also include actually meeting somebody with a donkey-sized penis?
Hello, ladies.
Dude, I'm in the room.
And fellas. And everybody all around the world. Yeah, I could do song references too.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Ooh,
You
I
dropped
would.
the dust? Really?
I have actually stayed in a haunted house before as a hotel.
Did anything happen?
There were just really lots and lots of really creepy noises continuously the
Was it an
entire
old-
night.
was
And then
an
you
old
fell
house.
asleep,
Oh no, I didn't sleep that night.
just lurking around the
Yeah. I'm 100% certain.
Do you listen to Silverchair?
putting your ear up to the door, seeing if they're getting the pay-per-view porno.
Yeah, other than that, no.
I've stayed in Britain's most haunted hotel, and
Yep.
everyone always asks me, did anything happen? I always respond, no, ghosts don't exist. If ghosts exist, why are we not surrounded by them? How many animals have died? Why are there not T-Rex ghosts or cow ghosts? Why is it always some British kid, no matter in the world, has to be British for some reason? Yeah, like
In a white smock.
Yeah, that has no business to be there at all. And it's like, come and play. Fuck off.
Got a headache. Piss off.
I think. I mean, I've experienced some weird events, but
Yeah, I've been there for most of them, mate. We've been drinking all the way through.
I wouldn't describe them as paranormal. I
wouldn't even
didn't
describe
have
them as
all the
normal.
information to explain, because in any weird event, there's going to be a rational explanation, no matter how weird. For instance, there was I always remember this story. I think it was on a ghost program of some description, and they were sort of debunking myths. And they brought up this one about an small IT startup, and they had a small space somewhere.
Was it Google? Sorry.
And after a while, when people were working there late by themselves,
No, it was Yahoo.
after hours,
Sorry.
they would start experiencing like severe paranoia. They'd start seeing things out the corner of their eyes. They'd have audio like things happening. So some ghost people went in and checked it out and did some whatever they did, and then they got some scientists in, and the scientists. They kind of measured this and that, or I say the scientists, so whoever these investigators were, they kind of measured this and that, and they sort of thought outside the box. And what they discovered was there was a air conditioning fan that was slightly faulty, and it was causing a resonance as it worked.
Oh, you told me
that was
about that
in
before,
that was in like a certain sub-bass frequency that has a tendency to create vibrations in the eyes, in resonance in your own eyeballs, causing kind of hallucinations out of your peripheral vision. Since discovering this has been put to good use. I think Ghost Stories, a production in London, used it at some point, where for scary moments they just start playing this completely inaudible sub-bass frequency.
The brown note.
No, it's not the. Well, yeah. I suppose it is a certain type of brown note. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, they used this, and it was used to good effect to really freak out the audience.
Could I actually make...
so-
I'm sorry.
I've got my phone here. Shall I find a YouTube clip and just play it under this entire topic?
But seriously, on a public safety note, I think a large percentage of ghost sightings can be linked to carbon monoxide poisoning. So if you have seen a ghost, check your fucking oven and heater.
Yeah.
Like Taryn, I remember you telling me a story about how you got horrendously pissed when you were a
Just
teenager,
the one story.
and you came face to face with a deer.
Yeah, no, that wasn't supernatural. That was just natural.
That was biological.
That is the definition of
That was
normal.
a deer. I believe I told that story in episode 2. Feel free to go back to listen. Go back and listen to it.
Yeah, ghosts don't exist.
But for the most part, yeah.
I think I may have talked about it in the podcast before. The closest thing I've ever had to a ghost-like experience was waking up once from a dream where when I was much younger, at a bunk bed, sleeping, and woke up while still half in the dream and saw an image of a monster in my room.
Was Beth on the lower bunk?
Yeah, she was.
And
Yeah,
was this early
she
in
wasn't
the
at that
morning?
point. She was looking up at me.
I was going to say, if it's Beth first thing in the morning.
But that's not a paranormal activity.
No, that's just a sleep phenomenon.
because they don't exist.
No, absolutely. There was so working at the theatre. Of course, our theatre is hundreds and hundreds of years old. So of course, it's got a rogues gallery of ghosts, and we were outside.
The Rogues Gallery is that above the Rogue Stalls.
Hey, check him out. Yeah, so we were after a show had finished a couple of months ago. We were outside having a beer, and somehow we got round to talking about kind of the ghosts of the theatre. And one of the guys there, who's responsible for one of the stage doorkeepers, at the end of the day, he's responsible for the final lock-up and security stuff, and like making sure that the theatre, the auditorium is all locked up, the alarms are on, everyone's out, and all of this. And he told this story about he was on the dress circle, and he was just doing his final check. He got to the last door that he would leave and lock up from there. He turned around and he saw a man sitting in one of the chairs, and by his own words, he said, the second I saw him, I just got the fuck out of there, locked the door, and went. To which one of our casuals just said, Yeah, but your job is security.
I was just about to say that.
So surely you should have made sure that wasn't an actual man before leaving.
You just locked someone in the building.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this ghost, that man died that night, and the ghost still haunts to this day.
So I think ultimately, no.
They don't exist.
And like the thing is, like weird shit can happen, and the rational explanation, like I said, with
I
the
should
the
have had
fan,
that third tab.
it could. The rational explanation can seem like equally improbable, but it's still going to be more probable. For instance, there is a famously haunted forest, I believe, in Ukraine.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the Eastern Bloc, and it is like famous for sightings and like disproportionate amount of disappearances. And it is more likely that the people who disappear are kind of killed by, say for instance, all the sightings and people getting lost is caused by a combination of gas and magnetic disturbance. That would be enough to knock out passing birds that would fall down and kill the people that they hit. That's more likely than visitors from another world. It doesn't matter how you do the maths. That's more likely. It's weird, it's improbable, but it's more likely.
Family business of serial killing.
Sorry?
Well, it's obvious that it's family business.
Oh, there's
and it's serial killers.
Oh, so that particular forest has its own inbred clan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying,
Going around
for that
wearing
forest, is it not feasible at all? Homicidal ents.
Killer trees.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Fangorn got pissed.
I'm also, this topic has brought up two possible titles. Disappropriate disappearances.
Disappropriate.
I can't spell. What was I supposed to write? Oh, forget it. I can't
never mind.
It out. Disproportionate disappearances and a family business of psychopaths.
AKA my family.
Ed, what
Shoulders, knees and
have
toes,
you
knees and
got
toes.
for us?
I've got the coolest piece of paper in the history of the world.
It's one from Beth.
It's got a skull on it.
Yeah, that's why I know it's from Beth, 'cause she hadn't written her name on it.
She wrote, "The future."
Shall I get the Screaming Masses YouTube clip from the Trump episode again?
We seem to be tunneling towards sex robots.
Tunneling towards sex robots.
Well, they are opening
Oh,
a
yes.
blowjob
They
cafe
are underground.
with-
Yeah. It turns out it's not mole people. It's an army of sex robots.
Well, they are making a blowjob cafe with artificial intelligence. Robots are blowing.
Oh, are they?
You know the blowjob cafe when Johnny last summer when we went.
Yeah,
to the
let's
pub?
leave this vague so it paints him in a bad light. Yeah,
Okay.
I know that.
So, but yeah.
no, I'm gone. Explain.
Well, that was just
explain
before he
it.
got married.
So basically, we went to a pub incredibly hungover for a roast dinner and a walk around Greenwich because you got to get rid of the hangover somewhere. And while we were sitting at the table, Johnny was just looking at his phone and just turned around a second and just went, "Do you know they're opening a blowjob cafe?" And me and Tom, rightfully feminist that we are, went, "Really?" And then that.
Where can we get tickets now?
And apparently they've opened one in Sweden. I want to say Switzerland.
So the idea is that it's
Coffee and a blowjob,
Coffee and a
basically.
blowjob, yeah. Smoking a pancake.
They've already opened a naked cafe, and the person behind the naked cafe is now trying to look, because something about prostitution laws. Prostitution isn't actually illegal. So there is a loophole they can explore. But there was outcry, so he's now replaced the prostitutes with robots. So,
Fair enough. There's
so
no
then
illegal thing. It's
there's
just
nothing
weird.
illegal. It's just weird practices with machinery, which there's no law against at the moment. I'm sure there will be at some point. But
Have you seen the
Blade Runner? Yes.
Have you seen the VR fuck toy thing?
No.
So have you ever seen like dildos and like?
Have I ever seen dildos? Yes, Karen, I'm aware of them.
Dildos.
Oh, dildos. Yes, I'm aware of the concept.
and sort of dildos on the end of ramming arms.
machines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So imagine that. Only it's this spherical thing positioned above a chap's crotch, and he's sat back in a chair, and he's wearing a VR headset, and this thing is just going. and he's just there in his VR helmet, just going, the future.
Just, I don't want the picture-in-picture of that. I just want the dude. Just,
mate, the GIF is fucking incredible.
Okay, brilliant. I'll have to
It
search
is-
this later.
if I can find it, it's just one of the most entertaining things in the world.
If we're talking like the future, I would probably ask, of all the futuristic sci-fi worlds, what are we heading towards, or what would we like to be heading towards?
Okay.
Like, would you like the
That's
Blade?
a little narrower.
Would you like the Blade Runner futuristic,
No.
or the Running Man, or
No.
the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, or
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element? Well,
Yeah.
when McDonald's owns the world. That's what I took away from that film.
Okay, I would like some sort of post-apocalyptic scenario that whatever the event is that caused
Terminator.
the apocalypse,
This
also,
podcast doing
they-
post-apocalypse.
also
That's
cured
novel.
me of my bad back, so I'd be able to survive nicely in it.
Oh, Terminator Judgment Day.
Wally floating
Robot-
chairs.
Cupcake drinks.
Oh, Wall-E.
Yeah.
That's a lot of rubbish. I'm
I
gonna
thought it was an alright film.
I fucking love that film. I love that film so fucking hard.
say Red Dwarf.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Actually, I'm gonna change my answer and go to Futurama.
Yeah, yeah, that's a very good answer as well.
Futurama was cancelled. I regret nothing. Sorry.
It would be lovely to live in a world, like
With
Futurama,
suicide
that's
booths.
even weirder than our own, as it is now.
I think
Like,
by definition, the future will always be weirder than the past.
But to be honest, like that's 2017 versus 2015.
I mean, we got one potential future coming up that I reckon, if the Conservatives in this country manage to stay in power for like another 3 decades, we're probably,
Decades.
I'm getting my gun. Where the fuck is my gun?
especially with the vultures, 3 vultures stuffed into a leather suitcase of a prime minister we have at the moment at the
fucking
helm.
hell.
We are probably going to end up in the Soylent Green future, where the poor people are just ground up.
They're
Holy
human
shit.
beings.
I know this won't really mean much to most people, but Giant Bombcast, one of the world's greatest the world's greatest gaming podcast, have an advert for Soylent in the last issue.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck is Soylent?
As in, it's a drink that you drink and it replaces a meal and it has everything you need in it.
Complan or
yes, no, I've heard of, yeah.
I listened to that and I was like, holy shit, we're in the future. This is definitely
people.
2017. This is future.
Happening.
Yeah.
I mean,
man.
I would not want THX 1138. I would not want that,
Yeah,
and I
fair
wouldn't,
enough.
and I wouldn't like Logan's Run. Logan's Run, when you hit 28, you're dead.
I haven't watched that
28.
film for a while. Does that hold up?
No. THX 1138, sex is illegal, so that can fuck off. And Logan's Run, like 28, you die.
Wait, all sex?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Why?
Because fucking Lucas.
yeah.
Oh, is it one of his?
It's his first.
That's why THX 1138 is in every film.
Every Star Wars.
We had this when we did the Star Wars.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah,
I regaled you with boredom.
I was going to...
What if we have the future of Zapdos?
What, the legendary boat?
Zardos, sorry.
Okay.
Sean Connery's
Sean Connery in
dick.
a loincloth and just full
If
frontal
my
nudity.
if my future is Sean Connery's dick, I could live with that.
The penis is evil.
Yes.
Watch that film, listeners.
Sean
It's fucking
Connery,
amazing.
as far as the eye can
Basically,
see.
if you watch Zardos followed by Brian Blessed in Flash Gordon, that's like that will question your heterosexuality in every way, shape, and form.
Oh, absolutely.
That would turn Gregg gay again. Right, who's next?
It is Tom.
Thank you, Beth, for that very vague topic.
I
One
like
from
your
the community
paper, Beth.
chest.
I like your skulls.
We have one from Captain Sickbeard. You right, Dom?
All right, Tom.
Break out the Tiki. Oh, there happens to be a bottle of vodka in the fucking room, doesn't there?
Yes, there is.
Oh, and the leftovers of your bottle from the other night as well, Tom.
We can't have another issue two
No.
in a row where we are wasted. So how can we interpret this?
Okay, I've
tell
got
you what,
this.
I'm gonna put
I've got this.
Hang on.
I've got this. Right. In a post-apocalyptic world where parties are illegal, Diola is obviously criminal number one. He's imprisoned. How do you break out the Pope Tiki? It's like prison break.
Break out the Tiki. Well done.
I like it. So he's imprisoned. By whom and for what?
By Theresa May for crimes against
Trading
boredom.
212.
Whoa, sorry guys.
There's an advert. 212.
I did turn down the volume. Sorry, clapping.
Crap.
So how are we going to break out the Tiki?
How are we going to break out Pope Tiki? So, you would need... I mean, he's going to be obviously imprisoned by the state for crimes against boredom.
I think it's... No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be, though. It'd be crimes against... Oh, no, it would be crimes against boredom.
Crimes against boredom, because the owner is Pope Tiki and he brings the party everywhere he goes.
So, I think it's as simple as... All you need is, say... I don't know. Like, let's call it half a gallon of particularly flavoursome vodka.
Rum.
And not for Tiki.
No, Tiki
And
vodka.
a couple of lemons thrown in there, and then some bitter lemon on top, just a little, just to take the edge off the vodka. And then you need to take that within a mile of where he's held, and get a massive fan blowing the smell in the direction of the prison.
It's like a Tom
and
and
he
Jerry
will
cartoon.
motherfucking bust his own way out.
I was working on the basis of what you would need is several kegs,
Yeah.
a loop tape of Louis Leroy, and Rodney Dangerfield. Because every Rodney Dangerfield ends in a massive party.
Absolutely, yeah.
Basically, in my head, Diola is the reincarnation of Rodney Dangerfield.
Holy shit, I've just put it together. That's what Danger 5 is spoofing.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I just put that together.
I don't get the reference.
Danger 5, by the way, listeners, go and watch it. It's on Netflix.
yeah.
It's an amazing...
Rodney Dangerfield is an actor who was in Caddyshack.
I haven't seen
and-
Caddyshack.
Well, basically,
Shaq.
He also plays Monty Burns' son in The Simpsons, and he basically wiggles his tie and goes, "Hey, what's going on here?" And then basically in all these parties, it was like a golf club or a swimming club or a diving club. And then the kids revolt, and Rodney comes in as this cool dude who just literally turns the whole thing into a party, and then everyone starts dancing to 1950s rock and roll. And it's like the summer surf party or the golf club party or the snow party, and that's the same concept, and he's done it. If you ever watch the video for Sum 41 in Too Deep, where they're doing the diving competition, that's literally a remake of the end of one of Rodney Dangerfield films where he does that dive.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Right, fine. Well, I've seen Danger 5. That's all I really care about.
Fair enough.
Go watch it.
But if Rodney Dangerfield. Wow, that memory ran away very quickly.
Rodney.
No, if it comes up, I'll make sure to I'll make sure to catch it. So what about actual Tiki? What if
I see it a completely different way.
Ooh, please give us a left field.
Infiltration.
To break Diola out.
Yeah, you'd have to infiltrate the guards, get them all really drunk, and just walk out the front door.
So you just throw a party for the guards?
Just throw a big party for the guards.
With
Invite
Rodney
Tiki because
Dangerfield
he's
and
the
a
man
couple
of
of
the
kegs,
party.
see?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you channel Tiki to release Pope Tiki.
Exactly.
And then with Pope Tiki free, Tiki can reign again.
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting.
There's one other thing, which is if we got one more person here and we got 5 rings, yeah, and we went vodka, wine, lemon, bitter lemon. When your powers combine, I am Pope Tiki, and we summon him.
The spirit of carnage.
Yes. You don't call
great
Diola.
cocktail.
You summon him with 5 rings, and he is Captain.
That is also. Do you know what? I never really sort of given the title to Tiki. He was just like a party god, but he is the spirit of carnage.
Yeah.
He's the spirit of carnage.
Perfect. Yeah.
You summon Tiki.
What a cocktail. Any cocktail where the first ingredient is find a bin.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible.
How the days.
Wicked.
Thanks for that one, Dom.
We need to do a Tiki soon.
Give me some of that. Give me some of that. Give me some of that. Give me some of that.
Your fucking
hot
photo booth looks fucking sick. Go check out Sneak Dante on Instagram. More plugging. I don't know what I'm doing.
Sick drop. I love it. So Tom asks,
Shit.
if you could play any instrument you can't already, what would it be and why?
I've got this. There were schematics drawn of a cat keyboard. And when you
Is
press
this like the Monty Python Three Blind Mice keyboard?
Yeah,
or-
pretty much. But basically, when you press a key, a cat's tail gets tortured.
Yeah.
It goes, "Wah, wah, 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 wah."
I believe it was the design was by a French musician.
Yeah. That to me
Because it could only.
Yeah. that to me sounds like I don't know how to play that. I'd love to learn to play. There is one other there is actually a real answer though, because I saw that every horror film soundtrack there's like this tubular bell cage. Mm-hmm. And you
Tubular bells.
Yeah, like it's basically imagine small tubular bells in like some kind of head massager variation, and
Okay.
you can tap it, you can roll, you can
It
creates all the horror movie.
Yeah.
Oh
And you
yeah,
can-
no, I have seen
That's
that.
right. You can also you can bow the strings and create that kind of noise. Yeah, that's
that'd
pretty
be
cool.
that'd be quite cool. Just because if I could play it, I could add an underlying tension to any situation.
Yeah.
I would definitely have to go with the oboe.
Why?
No, because that way I could say that I was blowing the oboe.
Good one.
Tumblr.
Because when you play it, it sounds like you're actually blowing a hobo.
When you play a oboe, it sounds like you're blowing a hobo.
That does make
Wait,
sense.
hang on. We've just had a new tongue twister. When you're playing an oboe, sounds like you're playing blowing up. Damn it! See?
I'm not the oboe player. I'm the hobo player's son, and I'm only blowing hobos till the hobo player comes.
There's the title for the episode.
Blowing hobos.
A serious answer: harmonica.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking theremin. No. I think seriously, my voice.
You wish you
can't
could sing.
If I could,
Same here,
if
man.
I could use my
yeah.
voice to proper
Absolutely.
effect. I'm not just talking about using it to sing. I'm also
Beardy man.
talking like being able to like voice act and do like good voices.
Oh, not like Michael Winslow or Beardy Man.
Oh, that would also be awesome. Did you see
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
would be quite
He,
fun.
he was on a show recently and did his
Jimmy Page.
Whole Lot of Love.
Yeah.
And they had a dude on guitar. I don't know who it was. It looked like James Blunt, but I assume it wasn't.
Is this on the chat show? Because I think I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
that clip on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah. If you ever see stand, I thoroughly recommend his stand up. He does a whole Jimi Hendrix where he goes absolutely
it's really
ballistic.
fucking sick, yeah.
It's so good. Michael Winslow's just fucking great.
I would just like to have any musical talent.
You
Can you not play anything? Can you not
He-
do?
I cannot play anything. I can't DJ. I can't sing. Like cats run away when I sing.
basically Greg's the anti-Ed. Everything I can do, he can't do.
But everything I can do, he can't do. Like,
Drink, be abusive, and point at women's faces, going hot.
yes, I can do all of that.
Charming when he does it. That's Australian foreplay.
Yes, exactly. Get out the club.
I mean,
Darling, get out of the club. I've got a club. Bang.
I'm sorry to go on a tangent, but has anyone seen the meme of the most awkward family photos? There's like a white dude sit next to a white woman with a black guy and a black baby.
Ow. Ow.
It's so wrong on
That's
so many
awful.
levels.
Oh, sorry. Another tangent because we just mentioned James Blunt. Did anyone see his tweet at New Year's?
No. I
Fantastic.
bet it was. He's amazing.
He's a
on Twitter.
hilarious dude. So he wrote, "Do you think 2016 was bad? I'm releasing an album in 2017." Fucking dude. Love that guy.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Oh, actually, now there's an interesting idea. So James Blunt, he used to be a tank commander
Yeah.
in,
Yeah, he
in
did,
the
yeah.
army. Now, I wonder if there's any way of tuning tank artillery. So you just have like maybe a range.
There is an overture that uses cannon.
Yeah,
Oh, there-
Pac-Man.
It's one of the big ones. It might be.
It's not the William Tell, is it?
No, that's.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's got score for canon. That's scored for canon.
That beats any fucking timpani under the bench. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that just sounds like the most, like the toffiest way to do like some proper sneaky gentrification is because when you do
Sneaky gentrification cannon. Bring it in.
To be fair, there's nothing sneaky about it. In fact, it's pretty fucking blunt. The idea I've got is you just hold the show in a place near somewhere you want to gentrify and just aim the cannons at the actual area itself.
Fuck you, Lewisham.
Yeah, actually, being able to play the cannon sounds pretty good. But I quite like my idea of a tank keyboard.
It's a transferable skill being able to play the cannon because you can also use a cannon.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I knew a dude called Nigel who used to play the sellotape. No, he actually appeared on one of my band songs.
Okay.
He does it in time, and how tight you pull the sellotape. You basically wrap the sellotape around your hand, and you go in time, and you go for
Makes
different
sense.
sets.
Yeah.
And basically, we were listening to Soundgarden Spoonman, and we had studio time, and we were supposed to be using it to record, but actually we were using it to just play Soundgarden songs. And I was telling him about how Spoonman's got like the spoons in, and I'd love to do a kooky song. And he went, and literally like his brother was there and just went, I played a sellotape. And I'm like, really? And he started doing it, and then I wrote a whole song around the sellotape. I need to dig that out. Actually, I've got to show you that.
I haven't. Ed or Greg. I'm pretty sure I played them to you, Tom. But have you ever encountered Bonzo Dog Doodah bands?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there is.
Has at some
Ask a
point. They just don't
silly
know.
There is a song on the album. I think it's on Tadpoles.
Yeah.
It's called Trouser Press.
Yes.
I
And
love that track.
it has a Trouser Press solo.
Yes, it does.
It's fucking immense.
By the way, listeners, for Mr. Prog, I fucking text him and say I'm listening to Mott the Hoople, and the motherfucker didn't know who Mott the Hoople was.
No, never encountered them. Sorry.
Hang your head in shame, motherfucker.
saying you don't know who Yes
shan't. No?
You don't know who Yes are?
No.
Rick Wakeman's band.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
No, yes.
Fuck you.
No, yes.
They follow the pot. They follow Pot Topic on fucking Twitter. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, follow us.
Yeah. Don't be silly. Of course I know who No
Rick
are.
Wakeman, you're a god.
I don't even know if he's in Yes anymore.
I don't care. Rick Wakeman, because he played the piano pit on Life on Mars.
Did he do it with a knife?
No,
That's all.
He
That's
did it with
that.
a piano.
I love that beautiful video where Rick Wakeman stabs a keyboard. He's fucking retarded.
So
Said a bad word.
So you know the whole thing about playing wine glasses,
Yes.
filled with water and
Yes.
tuned. So that was eventually turned into was it? I think it's the harmonium.
Yes.
Which is just
Yeah,
this
yeah.
rotating series of glass discs.
Yeah.
that you could play that way. And there was it was in France. It was a female instrument, and there were some fantastic virtuoso female harmonists, and one of them taught what's her name? Let Them Eat Cake, bitch, Marie Antoinette.
Let them eat cake, bitch. That's
Yeah.
how she's remembered.
And I mean, I'd be.
By the
quite,
way, she didn't actually say that.
yeah, it's fine, whatever.
Yeah, she didn't say bitch.
No, she didn't actually say that quote actually predates Mary Antoinette.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Anyway.
carry on.
Fair enough. Also, I just like the idea of Vinnie Jones dressed in the juggernaut outfit, going, "Let them eat cake, bitch." Cool.
Moving on.
Yeah,
random bitch.
that's two different references into one. Don't worry about it. So eventually, like it had a period of popularity, but after a while, people found the sound so eerie and disconcerting that it fell out of favour because it was believed that the noise could be used to summon demons. So I reckon that'd be quite a cool instrument. to learn.
Motherfuckers weren't alive when Flesh God Apocalypse were in the scene. Clearly.
I was going to say, if I was going to summon a demon, it wouldn't be with a harmonium. It would be like Opeth.
Nah, Opeth are too tame. But could you imagine like doing some sick augmented chords on a harmonium and how just
Wow, next time you're bored, Send me a copy of what it sounds like.
Theremins. Be quiet for theremins.
Harmonica for me. I fucking love the blues. I really wish I could play
that
that.
creates horror movie soundtracks.
Yeah, whatever it's called. Greg.
And Greg wants to blow home.
Literally
Blow an
anything,
oboe.
I believe.
Blow a hobo.
Yeah, just
Really
any
wanted
sort
to
of
blow a
musical,
hobo. Cool.
any sort of musical instrument that would play well. Moving on to the community chest.
Champ, I ate your chocolate.
From Captain Sickbeard.
You're right, Dom.
How do we fight off the procrastination gremlin? Or how do you do it?
How do you find? I find be creative in any way, shape, or form. Just do something creative, and then it just gets it going again. So, like, if you're trying to write a book or trying to write a script, walk away, draw, write, sketch, colour, work out a comedy routine, 5-star routine. Just get creative, and then you get into the mindset of creative, and it strives off procrastination in a quick way.
Pound of cocaine.
That works too.
Or do a pound of coke.
That does work too.
No, I'm doing this because I'm desperately. I announced like almost a year ago that I was writing a radio script for this podcast, and it's procrastinated. It's just ground to a halt. I need actually. Do you know what?
It's
That's
the point where it becomes procrastination.
Yes.
Yes.
Daily tasks.
Heavy
Fill the
procrastination.
hours with.
I mean, my previous approach used to be to layer procrastinations. So rather than doing the thing I should really be doing at that particular time, I would then do something else. But sometimes that'd be like a bit too much. So I'll find, like, I don't know, maybe some cleaning or some washing to do. But then when I got to it, it's like, oh, okay, no, I mean, I can do this later. So in the meantime, let's watch this. But no, I don't know. I actually quite like to watch this with someone else. So I get to a level where I was procrastinating 5 levels above the thing I should be doing, and it reached a level of abstraction where I would just go, do you know what? Fuck it. I can't be bothered to do this right now. I'll just go do some writing.
Wow. So it became an unsurmountable task to do all the other shit. So you did the thing you
I don't
actually
know. I
need to
think
do.
he actually procrastinated so far out, he circled round.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, complete the loop.
Cyclical procrastination.
I love that.
The other thing is, and this is more recent. It's perhaps because I've already taken to it recently. But coffee.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
convert, ladies and gentlemen.
Mother's milk.
I mean, I'm at the moment, I'm still drinking it. I've got a utilitarian approach to coffee. And
Of course, I say utility belt.
I drink
Tell me
it
why.
when I've got some shit I need to do, because it will just kind of, I don't know, give you
the feel.
the coffee buzz.
It gives you
and
that.
you just go, right, fuck it, let's fucking do it. And this is how I ended up clearing the space and painting the square at work in order to play Star Wars X-Wing and get that on
Oh,
the
that
go.
doesn't sound like procrastination
And
at
also,
all.
no, it wasn't. I mean, it was technically beneficial because I was cleaning the space that needed to be cleared anyway. But then I was doing, like, the thing that got me doing it was X-Wing plus coffee.
X-Wing plus coffee.
Yeah.
There's an equation right there.
Yeah.
Trouble is, when you get to my level, it's not so much getting a buzz off a cup of coffee, it's just achieving your baseline.
Feel alive.
Yeah.
You don't feel unless you've had that pint of
80,
espresso.
like, shots of
And
caffeine.
the one that happened more recently at work was they were doing understudy rehearsals on stage, and Master Carpenter had already said, "It's all right, do you know, if they're going to need anyone, they'll only need one of us, so I'm quite happy doing it today." Like, all right, cool. And earlier on in the week, I'd noticed that playing X-Wing, we took over a locker, and there was a shelf in the locker, and so we started putting things in there. That shelf has already become full. I spotted it earlier in the week, going, gonna have to do something about that soon. And a couple of days ago, I opened the locker, had a look at the shelf again, and went, yeah, gonna have to do something about that very soon, because we've now got this fourth person who's going to be bringing his things in. So went and watched the rest of the Grand Tour new Top Gear episodes with the master. It's fun. It's fine. It's whatever.
If this show was Top Gear, it would be like Top
I love
Gear.
watching middle-aged dickheads be racist.
But while I was watching that, I also drank 2 cups of coffee, and then after that was done, it was like, whoa, okay, what do I do now? And it's like, whoa, all right, let's have a look at this locker then. And during the entire period, it took me from really kind of having a look at the problem to completion about an hour and a half. And this was me bringing out tape measures, set squares, and just doing it properly and rather than just screwing it in or using kind of 2 bits of batten to create the sticky, I fucking bolted it into the side. And this whole time I was thinking, I've done this inside of a week of realizing that it needs to be done. And I was thinking back to home, there was a shelf I was meant to put up that took me 9 months. And it was just well, I'm fucking ridiculous, but it's fine because I'm going to have another X-Wing shelf. Yay!
I think for me,
coffee.
The key to killing procrastination is actually just to write down what I need to do.
Yeah.
If I write a to-do list, that's me. I cross one off, do the next one, cross one off, do the next one, cross one off, do the next one, until I'm done, and then I can enjoy myself. However, if I don't write the list, I'm fucked. If I don't take that 20 minutes to write a list that's concise and to the point and covers absolutely everything I need to get done, there is no way I'm getting it done because I'm going to be playing video games or fucking off on my phone or whatever.
I learned a good tip for that list.
Yeah.
Start with the stuff you're going to do anyway. If it's for the day,
absolutely.
Shower, dress, clean teeth.
Oh no, my to-do list tends to be work-related or productive kind of jobs that need to be done.
Go to work, shower, dress, clean teeth.
I always start with the one that I'm halfway through doing.
Because you've got to get a win.
Gets you rolling. Once you see
basically,
that one
the
thing
first
get
thing on
crossed
your
off,
list is write a list.
No, it's not quite that bad. It'll be I'm working on something and going, I've got to get this done, 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 and go, right, I need to write down, I'll forget. So I write it all down, and then I go, well, I'm halfway through doing that one, so I'm going to finish that one. And as soon as I see that first thing crossed off, that's me done. I can finish the entire
Do you
list.
do it in order of writing, though?
No, I do it in the order of which is more important.
Oh, okay. So you just write it down as it occurs and then complete them as...
Yeah, as my butterfly mind will find things that I need to do, write it down, and then I do in order of importance.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. No, it's an equitable method. Greg?
Well, since working at where I currently work, they've brought this new work plan into fruition, which is you plan out your day into half an hour slots, and then you place the whatever things that need to be done.
Sounds like somebody watched About a Boy.
Oh, yeah, of course, the 15 minutes.
Half-hour slots, yeah.
But
Internet research.
But what I end up finding now is that so long as I know what I need to do, so I'll write down my list and I know what to need to do, and I'll set my time for this to be completed, and I'll just do it as quickly as I possibly can. Yeah. And then I'll have a reward at the end, like a donut.
Positive reinforcement. Yeah, it's a smart tactic.
Or a beer. Or
I
a
offered to stand
whiskey.
behind him with the stick and do negative, but he said no, strangely.
Yeah. It's an alcohol.
That's an idea. I've got a headache.
You will have after I'm finished.
See,
Have you got any Advil?
See, when it comes to reinforcement for doing what I need to get done, I like to combine the positive and the negative and use a really long carrot.
Just beat yourself with it. Flake yourself with the carrot.
Yeah.
One more.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, you've already done it.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's fit another one because we're about to lose Greg and Eddie. So, Ed, let's have one from Le Hot de la Pot.
One from the hosts. It's either going to be from you or me, mate. We're the only people who put it
And what have we got?
Tom, 86.6.
Can you not read out my IP address on the fucking internet?
New names for the shed. I'm thinking the Pot Topic Pavilion or Chalet de Comedy.
Nice. I don't remember writing this, so...
That's not how you spell comedy.
Because we are in the Pokeball Studios.
Comedy.
We're in the Pokeball Studios. Are you not happy?
I'm not happy with it.
You're not happy with the Pokeball
I'm
Studios?
not happy.
Fair enough. I didn't realise you weren't happy. You never told me that you
Ladies
weren't
and
happy.
gentlemen, can I call this
Tom.
to order? We need a new name for the shed.
House of Fun and Chicken.
The Best Kebab Shop, number 3. Sorry, call back to last issue.
Maggot Factory. Do you remember I was talking about the Comedy maggots? And that they chew away all the dead flesh that you don't need for the Comedy.
Okay.
And then they leave just the skeleton and like the good meat on the Comedy. And that's where the Comedy goodness comes from.
I'm still going to go with Face Down in a Ditch Industries.
It's not really a particularly good name for a shed, though. More a name for a
Production
business
company.
Yeah, absolutely.
Production company, that would be.
I do like the
that'd
name.
be good.
I do like calling it the pavilion, the PTPP, the Pot Topic Podcast Pavilion.
The pavilion.
Pavilion.
Oh, it's
so English.
It's a bit high,
English.
though, isn't it?
It is like us. Most shows.
No, that's not true. Never.
No, unfortunately it's not.
Not marijuana, not even once. If you inject any marijuanas, you are instantly dead. Truth fact.
Chalet de Comedy. Is that no?
I don't know. I mean, you can't just spring like name giving on me. You can't just.
Motherfucker, we've been doing this for years. We've always named our houses. We've always named our friend groups. We've always named everything.
Yeah, and to be fair, the names that haven't come from other people just having a good idea on the spot. For instance, the Sawmill took me sitting down with a notepad.
And writing down your initials, that's lazy.
No. Writing down. I started off with first names and then surnames and then mixture of the lot.
And Wilmore. And it took you that long to come up with the name Saw.
It took at least a couple of minutes, Tom, which is not good air. In fact, you might even call it dead air, although death is actually fine. Should be acceptable in all parties.
So come on. Eddie's
How
working
about
this shit out.
the West Royal illicit cavern of killing, hedonistic expulsions, and dead air. The only downside is the abbreviation is RECHEAD. That's what I've been doing for the last minute.
Yeah, fair enough. See, it takes time, Tom. It takes time.
60 seconds.
My brain's already come up with two.
What, the Chalet de Comedy?
And the Pot Topic Podcast Pavilion.
Which you did ahead of time.
Yeah, I did. So catch up.
We could follow one of the movies, which is the Centre for Kids That Cannot Read or Learn Good.
That's
One
plagiarism.
from Zoolander.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it should have something to do with whimsy.
House and Fun and Chicken.
No
Too much whimsy?
No whimsy in my shed. Thank you very much.
No whimsy. We must turn the whimsy guns off upon entry.
How about the whimsical?
Got it.
The whimsical.
Let us call it the cup.
Run it
Why?
over.
Or the sports cup.
The Sports Cup.
Yeah,
Run
because
it
it's full of
over.
bollocks.
The Jockstrap.
The Jockstrap Studios, yeah.
Jockstrap Studios, I quite like that.
Yeah? Do you know that?
I do.
Yeah. All right, wicked.
The JSS.
Yeah, the PTP JSS, wicked, lovely. I'll make sure to include it in the next intro. Yeah. Jockstrap
right.
Studios.
All right, I like it.
I might have to
Full of
draw
bollocks.
you up a coat of arms to hang over the door.
Absolutely. No, actually, I've done that already. That was a previous topic. Yeah. So,
Oh yeah, you sent me that.
yep. I was quite proud of that, apart from the fact that I ripped off all the artwork, so I'm going to have to redraw it myself.
Yeah.
No, well, I know. I mean, you've got with the Pot Topic coat of arms, you kind of created the concept piece. Pass that on to Eddie, who will turn it into something more.
And you can use my
that'll do.
tablet for drawing. Done.
Perfect. Cool.
There we go.
Although Eddie
So
does have
now
to draw.
broadcasting from the Pot Topic Podcast Jockstrap Studios. God, that's difficult.
Yeah,
What
easy to
topic
say,
podcast
isn't it?
Jockstrap Studios? I can see why you're struggling with that.
Mate, I've been drinking more than my fair share of infamous grouse.
The end of that topic, we're about to lose Eddie and Greg. So catch you later, guys.
Good evening, gentlemen.
And from here on out,
Fucking 10 to 10, and we're losing you.
yeah. Well, this is what happens when we do Sunday recordings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what happens when he gives me a lift.
But it's okay, Tom. We're already a little buzzed, and we're about to go show minor shit munchers. Let's get it on.
My last half hour is going to be fucking on fire.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Right. Anyway, fuck off. So, one from the community chest then.
And here we
Is this
go.
just you and me and Taran?
All the shit munchers gone. We're going down to a Jockstrap Studios bare bones.
Talking about
Half
bare
hour.
bones, it's from Captain Sickbeard, right, Dom?
All right, Dom.
And this topic is favourite cocktail.
Favorite cocktail?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? It used to be the zombie, but it was a zombie made with tequila as well as rum.
Yeah.
Which I only ever found at, I think it was maybe TGI's. Anyway, it was fucking brutal.
Do you know what? Look up Barrio BARRIO in London. They've got several places, south, west, east. North, east and west. Cocktail bar that Rasa used to work at, one of Rita's friends, and many of Rita's friends. I've spent so many drunken evenings at a Barrio bar. They're amazing. They do a zombie where they set fire to the top of it and then throw cinnamon powder over the top. Flames over the fucking shit. Yeah, no, it's really
that
cool.
sounds fantastic.
Plus, you can rent out like half a camper van to just have your party in.
Awesome.
In the middle of this is Barrio North in Angel.
Yeah,
there's like half a camper van. I once rented it out for all my work guys, and they fucking loved it.
Cool.
We were having body shots and all this kind of shit, and so good.
Oh, awesome.
Plug of the week.
The other one is, do you know what? Almost doesn't matter where makes it, but Dark and Stormies.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly if they're rum generous.
Everything needs to be rum generous.
Yeah, absolutely. But in recent years, the Dirty Martini has far and away taken over.
See, that's always been my get-going cocktail. It's the one I need at the start of the night. It's an aperitif. Obviously, it's a martini, but to be honest, like, favourite cocktail, it's got to be classic margarita. Tequila, lime.
I've never really been a fan of the margarita.
I do like it. However, salt on the rim, fuck that shit. That is disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why you'd introduce salt into that sort of environment.
It's lovely. It's lovely as it is.
Yeah.
Why savour?
Yeah. We do not need savoury or umami in this time of sweetness. Get away, you foul kind.
Does an Irish car bomb count?
Yo, absolutely an Irish car bomb counts.
Because that's the cocktail of my youth.
Yeah, and well, yeah. In fact, you were the one who introduced me to it, and I had some absolute carnage with Irish car bombs.
Another favourite cocktail of ours.
Carnage. Oh God, shit. Yeah, no, that's another good one.
This is a bad topic, Dom.
So, yeah, I know we've definitely sort of outlined these cocktails before, but Irish Car Bomb is a Jameson's
double
Jameson's, followed by, so you have to drink some of the Guinness, and then you pour a double Bailey's in it, and then you drink the double Jameson's.
We've been doing it wrong all these years.
Oh, really?
So, yes, it's a double Jameson's, double Bailey's, and a pint of Guinness.
Yeah.
That is the correct ingredients. However, what you're supposed to do is drink enough Guinness from the pint to drop the entire glass shot into your pint. Not just pour it, drop it so it hits the bottom. And that's the point you're allowed to start drinking it. As soon as it hits the bottom of the glass, then you down it.
The double shot of
Bailey's.
Okay.
So you neck the Jameson's.
Right, so the Jameson's is still not introduced to the main mix.
No. Jameson's you neck. Bailey's, you drop into the pint of Guinness, hits the bottom of the glass. At that point, you're allowed to down it in one.
See, I mean, the thing I've got about dropping shots into anything is that, I mean, like, shots still in their glasses is, I know it's like an irrational concern, but I encountered this when I first started drinking Red Bull and vodka. No, Jaeger bombs.
Jaeger bombs, yeah.
I'm always worried that if I do it too fast, that shot glass is just going to shoot down the glass and crack a tooth.
Do you know what I'm more concerned with is dropping a glass into a glass, there's going to be a splinter of glass in there. Like, the glass will shatter.
Yeah. That would be lovely. That sounds like exactly the perfect... I mean...
I've heard of stories where that's actually happened from friends of friends of friends sort of thing.
Yeah,
Someone's swallowed a shot of glass through doing it.
Yeah, it's...
Maybe ours is the pussy way
shame.
of doing a fucking Irish car bomb.
But
pour the Baileys in.
But either way, it all gets into you.
Oh yeah,
you just
in one.
like you're not risking kind of stomach ruptures or appendicitis. Because let's face it, if you're going to
just
put
liver failure,
if you're going to put anything through your digestive tract that's going to cause appendicitis, I mean, like number one. Well, I mean, number two is Theresa May. Number one is a shard of glass.
Yeah, pretty much.
It'll get lodged in there, and then your stomach's going to explode because that's how appendicitis works.
That's fair enough. How about alien brain hemorrhages?
I've never had one. Do tell.
I believe it's peach schnapps with Baileys over the top, and then you drip blue curacao into... Oh, no, sorry. You pour grenadine into it, and then you drip blue curacao over the top. So basically what you end up with is the classic brain hemorrhage is minus the curacao.
Right, okay.
However, the blue curacao adds of like weird element to it where Bailey's obviously curdles in the peach schnapps. So you end up with a lumpy, sweet flavoured goo that looks absolutely revolting to swallow, but is really tasty.
Okay. I mean, is that like a combo shot sort of thing?
Yeah,
or
it's
is it like
it's a
actual-
shooter, yeah.
Okay. I mean, are we,
really cocktail.
are we including like the shooters?
I do.
Like the layered shooters in
I
that?
do, because when I first got
It is
into
a cocktail
cocktails...
of drinks, isn't it?
When I first got into cocktails at the age of like 18 to 20, it was always, we'll have a cocktail and then follow it up with a round of shooters, because we went to the Rat and Parrot. And that rock night that they used to have there was like 5 shooters for a $5. And it was the point where we used to line up. There were in the Rat and Parrot in this pub in Bexley Heath. There used to be these columns in the middle of the pub with little shelves around them. So you get you and 4 of your mates. You buy 5 shots each. You line the shots up on either side of the column.
Right. Okay.
And then one person has to run around and drink all of them. One after the other, after the other, after the other. And you just keep going all fucking night.
In
And
fact-
listen to Sepultura walk. That's all.
In fact, my favourite cocktail is probably the candy flip.
Do I know that?
Yes, but it's not drink related, so we'll move on.
Right.
So, hang on, let me just grab one from Lee Hot Pot.
One from the hosts. Thank you, Don, for that last one, by the way.
Here we go. Oh, dude, it's all about you. Okay, clearly,
It's literally mine and Eddie's topics in that part
I
at this
clearly
point.
need to put some in. How do you listen to podcasts and... Sorry, how do you listen to podcasts and Apple's domination? Is the question.
See, this is a problem. I write them drunk.
So I assume you're talking about
What I'm talking about is...
the methods by which you listen to podcasts, and like, a lot of people would use Apple to do that. So we're talking about Apple's domination of the podcast market.
Exactly. But I need to point out that I've recently made the move back to Apple. So...
Were we not available on the iStore for a while?
No, we've always been available
Okay.
on iTunes. That's absolutely fine. I've always listened to podcasts through an RSS aggregator. And when I say that to people, they look at me like I'm being the biggest nerd on the fucking planet, because they don't understand what an aggregator is.
Yeah, my face is entirely blank.
Right. So it's literally something you go, subscribe. I listen to those podcasts and they download automatically or give you a notification so you can stream it automatically. That is it.
That sounds like
is
a very
all
good
that is.
idea.
It's incredible. Why the fuck do you go to websites to listen to podcasts, Taryn?
Because I haven't been bothered to find an aggregator I can be asked to learn and navigate.
Aggregators are simple. You literally type into it, I want to listen to Pot Topic Podcast, search, oh, there's the stream, click subscribe, and then every 2 weeks when we put up an issue, it will come up, new issue to listen to.
So, out of interest, do you have you got a list of aggregators that you or have you got I don't know, how do you get onto the aggregators?
So way back in the day, I used to use Downcast on iOS, and that was amazing because it was constantly upgraded and updated with all these new features. Basically, because it allowed you to stream podcasts rather than download them to your phone and take up loads of storage space. However, now all of the aggregators do that. Downcast is no longer updated. It hasn't been updated for a very long time and it kept crashing. So it's just like, right, let's go back to the Apple on your phone app for this. Yeah, absolutely works. Absolutely fine. I've been using the podcast app on iTunes on my iOS device for quite a while now, and it's absolutely perfect. Why doesn't everyone do that? I don't understand why you go to podcast websites for that.
Purely because I haven't got any sort of I don't use an aggregator, so I just go to the sites. Give them hits.
Can you not see the problem?
As their little hit counter gives them a little dopamine rush as they go. Oh,
they still get the download. They still get the fucking download.
Yeah, I know. But to refer to the actual, like, to the question per word,
Apple's domination.
ignoring Apple's domination, how do I listen to podcasts? These days, it's mostly walking over bridges.
Okay. Because you work in London.
Yeah, for the most part, rather than getting the train right into town, I'll get off south of the river, Waterloo, and then
Because he's a southern boy at heart, he only gets off south of the river.
yeah, no, I like walking. So I make time to walk. So a lot of the time I'm listening to podcasts is over bridges, which is a nice place to listen to, well, pretty much anything, to be honest.
Yeah. Apart from the voices in your head telling you to jump. Yeah.
No, no, Tom. The voices never tell me to jump, they tell me to push.
I don't know. I've always had this for years. Like, Beth has listened to podcasts as long as I have because we shared a room and I made her listen to podcasts. Like, but she doesn't use an aggregator. I don't understand it. Oh, I can't be asked.
No, to be fair, no, it makes a lot of sense because I keep running up against the problem that every now and then, like, my podcast listening will fall into a couple of ruts and I'll switch from one to the other, forgetting a certain set of podcasts, and then I'll move on to the other rut and then forget that set, and then there's always kind of one or two podcasts that I enjoy that I constantly forget. So, like, the idea of an aggregator,
It instantly tells you, oh, there's a new issue.
Open app. Oh, all these things. Oh, I've listened to that. Oh, let's listen to that again. Yeah, no, that sounds like a really good idea. And you know what we were saying about procrastination earlier on?
Yeah, we're doing that with this topic, aren't we?
We're getting down to like some zero core procrastination for this, because this is something so easy that I could do literally on the train to work.
Yeah.
You know, I've got enough time just to like download, open, aggregate, boom, away we go.
Oh, it's not even that, man. You open the app and you press play. That is it.
Yeah, but I mean, assume like the first time you open the app, you got to like input the podcasts.
Yeah, you got to search for
Yeah,
them first of all
absolutely.
and make your list. Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh, I'm tired already. I'll just put on a podcast.
See, this is the thing I have. So, the podcast that the McElroy brothers have put out every single Thanksgiving for the last 2 years. So, two podcasts.
I need to listen to it.
Which is Till Death Do Us Blart podcast, where they review the film Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 every Thanksgiving. That I would forget about in an instant.
Yeah, absolutely.
But every Thanksgiving, for the last Thanksgiving, I've had one update and gone, oh yeah, there's a new issue to listen to. Fucking right there is. Yeah, let's do that. Fucking right. I
still need to watch that film and listen to those podcasts.
And it's got to the point where aggregators now support RSS feeds from, say, Patreon and stuff like that. So I pay Comedy Button money, so I get the Patreon feed, which means I get the issue early, I get the extra features on one aggregated RSS. Oh, fucking...
That's
anyway.
No, I mean,
let's move on. This is boring radio.
No. I mean, I think that's actually quite clever. Like, because actually, I suppose the coding's not particularly difficult on that.
No, it's simple as fuck.
It's like if or statement. Yeah. Oh, there we are. Sorry, I was just having a look around for the bottom note. So Tom, it's time we had one from Sophie's Choice, I do believe.
Yep, one from the community chest.
I do believe.
Okay, this is quite a big one actually. So this one is from Captain Sickbeard again. You right, Dom?
When you said a big one, I was expecting size multi-question.
Oh, look at the size of the bit of paper. It's pretty huge. Okay.
Is this bigger than Sophie's topic last time?
No, nowhere near.
Okie dokes.
So, Captain Sickbeard says, given the fact the sun has 1 billion or so years till it dies, but will have consumed the Earth before that time, and we may or may not have gone off planet, what flavour spread do you think the Queen enjoys in the morning on her toast? I'm going to say Roundtree's orange marmalade, no peel.
I'm thinking maybe we're talking kind of pre-Soylent Green, so she just has kind of peasant foie gras.
The livers of her underlings.
Yep, absolutely.
Fattened on her wealth.
What was the name of the Labour minister that was assassinated last year?
Oh, fuck.
Joe Cox. No, not Joe Cox.
No, you're close. You're close. Lady, what's her name?
Her?
Yeah.
Do you think for a second that the Queen saw that happen and didn't go, Philip, tell the servants to bring me her liver. I would care for some peasant foie gras.
I want some socialist offal, please.
Either that or it's got to be swan, right?
Actually, yeah, to be fair.
Considering by law, because, I don't know, humans as a rule...
English and we have a weird thing.
Yeah, well, not just English, like humans as a rule have a tendency to adhere to absurdly archaic and like inappropriate rules. The Queen owns every swan in the country, so I can only assume that there is some swan involved somewhere. Like, could you imagine if it was like fried swan kidneys and onions?
Sounds pretty banging. On a pita bread with some mixed salad, garlic sauce.
Right, I'm not going to lie, Tom. I've now just got an image of, because I know like the upper sets like to go hunting. Mm-hmm. I've just got an image of Queenie rolling out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. No, that's unreasonable. 3:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Wandering out to one of the ponds, sneaking up on a sleeping swan and throttling it with her bare hands, and just appearing
There's enough neck there. You
at
just
the
literally do
kitchen
90
door
degrees.
and just going, cook, bring me its liver.
Mama wants offal. Yeah, I think, swan spread.
Yeah, cool.
Given the life, birth, and death of the solar system, thanks to the sun, swan spread.
Or maybe she's found a way to condense inequality into, like, through a machine into a paste of sorts that she can just put on crackers.
Inequality paste.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I don't know, like maybe, so like, you know, like your multi-pack crackers that we get.
Pion pate.
Pion pate. Pionte. You know, I'm talking like, so in like a cracker selection box, you'd get the Hovis biscuits, which are basically digestive biscuits.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining her breakfast is that and condensed inequality. Boom, on there. Tasty. Philip, let's go hunt some foxes.
And there we go, Don.
Let's go wave at peasants and hunt some foxes. Which, like, is almost like a very posh Duke Nukem. I'm here to hunt some foxes and wave at peasants, and I'm all out of waving.
Isn't that Ash?
Sorry?
Ash? Or is that Duke Nukem?
That's Duke Nukem.
He's Duke Nukem, isn't
Kick ass and chew bubblegum.
Yeah.
Quack, quack.
Quick.
Not going to steal somebody else's joke.
Yeah, thank you very much. Plug for the comedy button. Right, come on, one from the host spot then, bitch.
And we have...
Can you tell we're on our own? We're going to sort of fly through topics now.
Also, I don't know if you ever noticed, you're more likely to engage in whimsy when it's just the two of us.
Yeah, it feels time, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The best film starring Jeff Goldblum.
Okay, so who's that from? I'm guessing you.
No, it's written in pink. That's all we got. There's no name. The writing is reasonably neat, so it could be either Cal or Beth, I suppose. I don't know. Would you recognise handwriting?
Yeah.
Get down to your analysis, Holmes.
I don't recognise it at all.
Okay, fine. Might be Bex then. I, as far as I'm aware, have seen only 2 films starring Jeff Goldblum.
What?
That I can think of, like on the
This
spot.
has been the Pot Topic Podcast. I've been your host, Tom.
Taron will not be returning next week.
Brap, done. What the fuck?
I mean, this is just like off the bat. Like, I can only think of Jurassic Park and Independence Day.
The Fly?
I've not seen The Fly.
The fuck?
I know. It sounds amazing.
What's the one where there's like the pregnancy thing going on in the film? God damn it. 9 months?
Brothers?
9 months.
Brothers.
9 months.
Brothers. Twins. Sorry. Yeah. Schwarzenegger and DeVito, twins.
That's not Jeff Goldblum.
Ah, okay, yeah, sorry.
There we go.
Wilson,
Back to the
including
topic. There we go. Yeah,
Goldblum.
there we go.
Yeah. Oh, it's right. You didn't also like further stipulate that Goldblum was involved in that. You just said the one with the.
I was naming
Great
Jeff
to see the
Goldblum
brothers.
films, so I don't know how to stipulate that even more. But out of the ones you've seen, then,
Yes.
out of the 2 Jeff Goldblum films you've seen, Independence Day and Jurassic Park, which one? Have you not seen Jurassic Park 2?
Is he in that?
He's the main star of that. His entire family stars that. Or a fictional
not,
family.
Yeah, but he's not the main star of Jurassic Park 2, though, is he?
Well, kind of is.
No, the T-Rexes. Because that's literally all I remember from that film is the T-Rex just rampaging around a city.
No, that's not 2. That's not Lost World.
Oh, was that? No. Okay, fine.
Anyway.
Whatever. We've long established that my memory is actually a dumpster fire.
So out of Jurassic Park 1 and
Independence
Day.
I'm going to have to go with Jurassic Park because I haven't seen Independence Day in like a decade.
Fuck's sake. Jeff Goldblum straight up brings down an alien empire with a computer virus using Windows.
Yeah, no, that's the reason I couldn't go for ID is because like the dude, like I mean, we're talking about a super advanced
ID4.
I'm sorry, whatever. ID4. We're talking about a super advanced alien nation that comes down and like they've got spaceships and they've got kind of city destroying rays and you know they've travelled parsecs and light years over immeasurable time. Who knows how long they'll be going?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they've basically done the Kessel Run to Earth. They come down, they fucking smash the shit out of it. Somehow, they, like, Jeff Goldblum and whoever it is, managed to...
Will Smith, motherfucker.
Oh, it is Will Smith. Because I thought it was the dude who's gone crazy. Yeah, the farmer pilot, man.
The crop sprayer.
Yeah. Whose name I can't remember, who's now gone crazy.
Massive,
but yeah, no,
name, but yeah.
so the two of them somehow managed to weasel their little way onto the ship. And Jeff Goldblum has a computer...
With their web code, by the way.
I point out a 1990s computer and can somehow plug it in
Yep.
to this super advanced spaceship and give it a virus.
Do you know why he can do that?
Why?
Because he's motherfucking Jeff Goldblum, goddammit. He's a sexy cunt, that's why. My mum has a thing for Jeff Goldblum. It really has a thing for Jeff Goldblum. He's a good looking dude. I give her that. I'm going to say probably is going to be Jurassic Park. That is probably the best Jeff Goldblum
so it
film.
is.
It is.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Jeff Goldblum films. That's probably the best one. I did quite like 9 Months.
I assume it's probably not his best performance, but of the films he's been in,
Yeah.
that's probably the best
where he's
one.
playing the sleazy... Like,
He was good. Was it also him that did the foreshadowing thing with the two buckles?
two buckles. What, trying to do up the seat belt with two buckles rather than the male and the female bits.
Yeah, absolutely. With the two females,
Yeah.
and that was kind of a reflection of what was going to happen. Like all of the dinosaurs being female,
Yeah.
and yet they still managed to. Yeah. Was that
I think
his
it
bit?
was.
Or
That
that
rings a bell. So
Yeah.
I think it was. However, The Fly. I can't believe you've not
No,
seen
I
The
haven't.
Fly.
I'm really sorry. It seems
You're missing the scene where Jeff Goldblum is literally pulling out his teeth and nails off his fingers because he's mutating into this weird mutation, basically.
No. It's one of those like super classic films that I've just missed, and there are loads of them.
I'm going to say probably not super classic. It's a film you should probably see.
No,
it's not exactly
one
like
I should probably
fundamental.
See, that's all I got for Goldblum. I'm really sorry.
I'll tell you what I've got for Jeff Goldblum.
What's that?
8 inches of my dick. He's a sexy bitch, to be fair.
No, fair enough. That's it. Tom, would you
Cool.
care to grab one from Sophie's Choice?
I will. So the next topic is from Captain Sickbeard. Again, you're right, Dom. This one is Stanford Prison Experiment. Prisoner or prison guard?
Oh, hang on. Is this the prison experiment wherein they were testing how long it would take people to the prisoners to the guards to get vicious, and the prisoners to turn on themselves.
I have no clue.
See, I've got a feeling it's one of those experiments that's kind of, if I'm remembering it correctly, it's used as an example of how quickly man will turn on its fellow man.
Okay.
It was
Read it out on Wikipedia, actually, to be fair.
go for it.
Okay, so the Stanford prison experiment was an attempt to investigate the psychological effects of perceived power, focusing on the struggle between prisoners and prison guards. It was conducted at Stanford University, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it is the one I'm thinking of. So, in recent years, it's one of those things. Like I've read a couple of articles on it, and I would love to be able to cite the studies, but it has since been kind of kiboshed. Like the results were, like those in power will inevitably
Become
shit
authoritarian.
on those that they have power over. But there have been interviews and like further kind of research done, and also analysis of methodology comparing to everything else that people have done around the experiment that just kind of cuts it to pieces. It turns out that the researchers, I think perhaps it was more particularly like the lead researcher, was kind of goading the prisoners and the guards to like take more power, be more authoritative, and to treat people harsher. And so there was this kind of leading effect. It was kind of one of those things where, like, as much as I love the scientific method when undertaken is basically infallible, but the fallible portion of it is scientists. If scientists want a certain result, they will find, like, whether consciously or not, they will find a way to bias it.
So imposing a hypothesis upon the experiment itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. And
so hang on, just bring it back for the listeners and myself, to be fair. So basically, they're looking at the relationship between prisoners and prison guards, and seeing that those in power will overstep that power.
Okay, so if you can find the hypothesis and read it out.
So some participants developed their roles as guards, enforced authoritarian measures, and ultimately subjected some prisoners to psychological torture. Many of the prisoners passively accepted psychological abuse, and the guards' request, actively harassed the other prisoners who would try to stop it.
Okay, so that's a readout of the results. Can you find the hypothesis?
Okay. So, Philip Zimbardo, the head of Stanford Prison Experiment Research Team, hypothesized that inherent personality traits are primarily responsible for abusive behavior that takes place in prison environments. The experiment... Oh, yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it. Minus the experiment bit at the end. So, yeah, that was the hypothesis, and clearly he's led the research.
Yeah, it's my understanding that the researchers had a particularly guiding hand on what was going on within the prison, within the experiment.
This took part in the 1970s. This was 1971, apparently.
Really skewed the results.
Okay. So apparently they took 24 psychologically healthy men, and half were assigned the role of a prisoner, while the other half were assigned the role of guard. The researcher himself, Zimbardo, assigned himself the role of prison superintendent. So
the researcher was the superintendent.
Yeah, the superintendent.
Okay,
which kind of already
at that
leads
point,
the experiment.
That's your first.
That's not a double blind.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you've got your bias at the center of the experiment right there.
So the guards were instructed not to physically harm the prisoners. However, Zimbardo stated you can create in the prisoners a feeling of boredom, sense of fear to some degree. You can create the notion of arbitrariness, that their life is totally controlled by us, by the system, by you, and by me. So
See, and like the thing with
he's
that,
led
like,
that's
yeah,
a really
absolutely.
badly run experiment.
No,
already.
and like you hit the nail on the head with the word lead. That really leads the people who
that's
are
not
discarding.
That's not what
Because-
his hypothesis states, because that's natural personality traits that he's trying to experiment on, and
rather
he's
than just saying
creating personality traits.
Yeah, rather than just saying you must keep these prisoners as prisoners and keep them orderly.
Yeah.
You're saying you may do this.
Okay. Yeah. So the guards.
The methodology is already flawed.
Exactly, and the guards were dressed in uniforms, batons, and reflective sunglasses. The prisoners poorly fitting smocks and chains around their ankles. The study took place in mock prison.
The guards were dressed in
Uniforms, batons, and reflective sunglasses.
and that's really
no
interesting.
humanity.
Because exactly. Because the thing with like sunglasses, anything on your face, anything that hides your face in any way, you get this masking effect, which has been dealt with in psychology time and time and again. And like you'll find this in sort of puppet therapy. You'll find it in the study of masks. And it's the second you can hide yourself to some degree, it gives you license to act in a way that you would not otherwise work at.
The internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Anonymity on the internet, yeah. So basically, the results, I'm going to blast through this as quick as I can. So, over the course of the experiment, the guards become increasingly more cruel. The guards regularly harass abused prisoners. Some prisoners broke down. Zimbardo explained that they began to act crazy, to scream, to curse and rage. It took quite a while before he convinced them that this wasn't real. So basically what it sounds like is he's forced one group of people to treat another group of people cruelly and written a flawed conclusion on this, saying that his personality traits of humanity.
Yeah, his methodology
so
was
basically,
terrible.
Captain Sickbeard, this is bollocks.
Yeah. No, and it's widely regarded that unfortunately it's one of those things that is cited time and time again when it comes to like the human condition, the human like kind of natural state of being. Like people will refer to the Stanford prison experiment, but the methodology in it was brutally flawed. It was just an absolute piece of garbage research.
Yeah, it does fucking sound it, to be fair.
Because, the way to do that experiment would be to do, like, say, if you're going to take 24, you would have maybe 18 as prisoners, 6 as guards. The prisoners are told that they're just serving time. You are prisoners, you have to follow this regime. And then the 6 guards are told, you have these prisoners to hold on to, and you have to keep them orderly. If needs be, if you're doing it in like proper prison conditions, maybe kind of add things like, so consider this person has done this crime,
as a
this crime.
superintendent saying that you can harm, well, not physically harm, but torture these people.
Yeah,
basically.
absolutely. That's
already introducing an idea into their heads of how they need to behave. So that's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Talking
the methodology
about fundamentally wrong.
Is flawed.
Just the idea of having something so fundamentally wrong. Principle. Couldn't resist. Sorry. So, one more quick one before we finish up.
Yeah, go on then. And I have one from
the hot pot, one from the hosts.
It's one from me, dude.
Whoa! Holy shit!
Cranes.
Cranes?
Yeah,
the bird or
no? The
construction.
The construction device.
Right.
So do you remember how I was talking to you the other day about how I don't understand how cranes are put up?
Right. Do you need a crane to put up a crane?
Well, yeah. I mean, this is essentially it. It's like how do you build cranes? I'm like my thinking was you always see cranes in pairs. So I assume like you kind of drive a crane top on a base on a truck bed
on a JCB or something,
and that will build the first leg of the next crane, and then put the crane on top of that, and then that crane picks up the crane base. Oh, so maybe you need a third crane in order to install the crane leg, and then just kind of keep building up like that.
Basically, you're seeing it as a beautiful partnership between crane and crane kind. You are the wind beneath my wings. They're just building each other up until the point where they're full and complete and they're beautiful. And then they block all.
Which makes a lot of
Views
sense
across
because,
London.
like, when it comes to cranes, as in the birds, there's the Japanese. Oh God, what's his name? It's Japanese crane. It's white with a red breast, a very small red breast, like a vibrant red breast.
Red-titted Jap crane. Yeah, that's the one.
And like this bird is just absolutely phenomenal to watch because, like, when it comes to mating season, they dance in such a way that, like, the head is just thrown backwards as though nothing else exists in the world. Like, boom, head up, and then they do a little patter dance to the left, a little patter dance to the right, and then they sort of patter around each other, and that's how they create mates. And oh, it's so lovely. Japan has a wonderful ecosystem.
So when I said it's not about the birds,
Well, I mean, I took it back to the birds. Because let's face
you
it.
fucking hound dog, you.
Let's face it, like, nature's actually more interesting than
Yeah, to be fair, I love your idea of cranes that almost like the Pixar movie Cars. Sorry, Cranes. That would be a different one.
Oh, that'd be a massively different one.
Whereas, like, there's these anthropomorphic cars. These are now cranes that just slowly building each other up and making themselves more brilliant and beautiful.
Wait, so what if you had? So, like, let's imagine for a second, Disney's cranes.
Right. Not radiator springs, but something similar. What's that? I don't know.
Only
Build us one crack.
Only it's not Disney. It's let's say not Tarantino. Let's say a horror studio does a 3D animation of cranes.
Brilliant. Tartan Extreme.
I like, yes, yeah, absolutely. Let's go Tartan Extreme. I quite like this idea of a cartoon where you've got two sentient cranes.
Yeah.
And they're both attached to the sides of skyscrapers still in the process of being built. And like they can talk to each other, whether it's shouting in a language that humans
Look
can't
out behind
hear
you,
or
where?
understand. But I
Just slowly rotating.
I just quite like the idea that maybe you got these two cranes, like one goes to the other. Is that, you see that one in the pink? What, the pink jacket? No, the pink socks. Oh yeah, no, I see him. Pink socks, just offside of the of the atrium. Yeah, that one. I bet I could get him to the steakhouse. Go on then, I bet you another level. Alright, I bet you another level. Wicked, let's do it. Swing, poof, and then you just get a worker just flung over the city.
We're back to PS2 pain again, aren't we? For the second time in a show. Just trebucheting someone across the city.
It turns out I find the idea of people being flung over cities quite entertaining.
And don't we all? Unlike this podcast. So shall we wrap this shit up?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Do you have anything to plug, babe?
Yeah, I mean, okay, fine. I guess my book, it's still out there. I have no idea how many people have read it or if I've even been paid for it, but go do a search for,
Walking Out
on Amazon. And then if you want, an exercise in supreme disappointment, go to facebook.com/Taran Wilmore Books. That's TARINWILMRE Books.
Blood, you got it. One. Nice one. Okay, and for my plug, I'm going to go with Danger 5. Go to Netflix and fucking watch that shit.
Watch you some Danger 5 in it. Interestingly enough, I'll point out another one, Pacific Heat.
I don't
Which
know that.
it's kind of a cartoon. It's an Australian Netflix original Australian cartoon that kind of bridges Archer and Danger 5.
Okay.
And it fails in some ways in that the racism is not in the way that Archer does it. It's not laughing at racists. It's the
Laughing
funny,
at the racist joke.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, there are bits and pieces of that, but that's to be expected. They're Australian. The reason to watch it is the quick fire dialogue is...
Iron Coat in?
No, the quick fire dialogue in Pacific Heat is sharper than just about anything I've seen in a long time.
Sharper than Danger 5.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're talking about maybe 3 people talking in a conversation, and like, a lot of it is interjectory, and we're talking like maybe a 10 to 15 second response that one character's trying to make, and then we got 2 other characters kind of sliding in, and just you kind of have this farcical confusion that kind of happens between them all. That it's brilliant. Like, I've not seen it done anywhere better, but you're also left with this kind of, yeah, okay, you're not dealing with the racism or the sexism or any of that particularly well.
Yeah. Whereas, let's go back to my original plug, Danger 5. So
Danger 5
if you like Archer, if you like the idea of, like, even Venture Brothers, like, it's very in tandem with that. Venture Brothers, if you like either of those shows,
absolutely,
go watch Danger 5. It's an adventure, it's a romp, and it's dry as fuck comedy. It's hilarious.
No, it is very good.
Anyway, some music.
Yeah, so
You're on your own, mate. So
I was thinking perhaps, All About That Bass.
yeah.
What if that was sung by...
In treble.
Unfortunately, I don't have the capacity.
Right.
So what if...
We've got effects on the mixer.
What if the jazz version of it, or a jazz version of it, was sung by an actual sentient lump of lard?
You hum it, baby. I'll sing it. Let's go. I'm going to do this as quick as possible, by the way. Share and tell a friend is the only way we're going to get more listeners. The website is podtopicpodcast.com. Go to there to submit a topic and find all our various links and shit. Our Twitter is at podtopicpodcast. Search Podtopic Podcast on Facebook, and our Facebook page and community group. Interact with us. Our Instagram is at podtopicpodcast. Use the hashtag podtopicpodcast, and your pick will appear on our community site. It's community wall. For our Tumblr, search Podtopic Podcast. Send your emails to at podpot audio topics to emails at Podtopic Podcast, and we'll share them on there. Also include any theme tune submissions that you might have, but that's not going to happen, is it? Rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher 5-star bitches, like the video on YouTube if that's how you prefer to listen to us. And thank you for all my hosts for joining me tonight, and there's only one left, to be fair. And of course, thank you all for listening. Can I get a Boshti kebab? Boshti Music used in this episode was Meatball Parade by Kevin MacLeod of Compotech.com. It's licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Please see the MP3 comment tag or show notes on podtopicpodcast.com for more information. Oh, pee break.
Yep, we're at an hour. Check it out.
Tom, you're still recording this, so can I just say that in this time together, I've come to think of you as someone I once met. Thank you. You're probably just going to cut this out completely because it's going to sound like background noise, but, you know, strangeness. Would you come out and kill me if I asked you nicely? Do you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain?
1812 Overture.
1812 Overture. Dun, 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 dun.
No, that's the start of Baggy Trousers.
No, but that's also the 3/8 of 1812 Overture.
I'm just going to blast that on for a little bit.
Right. If you could have a same-sex relationship with one of the members of the Sawmill Collective, who do you think you could actually stand to settle down with?
D, because he's got experience.
See, I think the drink.
Don't look so dejected. That bottom lip went up like.
No, I was
Oh, it would not be you, Tats. I'm sorry. I could.
No, that's fine. Actually, I understand that. I wouldn't have a relationship with me either. I don't understand how Heather does it.
None of us do,
mate. We are so proud of that woman's staying power. I would say either Tom or Andy.
Bless you.
I couldn't do Bjorn because, let's face it,
It's Bjorn.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
No, I think I could. You or Andy, I think.
Oh, bless you.
Because there would be a good level of conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
There'd be a good level of laughs and good times.
And loves and cuddles.
Yeah. And two of the best huggers I know. And also, I think the sex would be experimental, interesting, and never get boring.
That's me out. That's probably Andy.
No, because I could play pool with your piles.
They're not called piles.
I want to play pool with your piles. Has anyone ever used that as a chat
in my
line?
community,
Wow,
they're known
yeah,
as speed bumps.
Seriously, I want to meet the person who could successfully pool with that line. I want to play pool with your piles. I wish I'd put that in the podcast itself, because that would be a great title.
Bang it in the bloopers, baby.
Pool with piles.
I want to listen to Baggy Trousers now.
By the way, I heard a rumour that CKY are playing soon, and I think it'll be giggles to go see them.
I haven't seen them since 2004.
Destroy, build, destroy. Oh, what the fuck is that album called?
Rebuild, destroy. No, that's
Build, destroy, rebuild.
Destroy, rebuild. That's it.
I mean, surely going to see CKY would be like being a massive fan of Guns N' Roses back in the 90s, and then like seeing them now, and Axl Rose, your hero, is this big.
I saw them in 2004. It was already past prime at that point.
But Welcome to Hellview is such a great fucking track.
96 quite a bit of
yeah,
beings has
absolutely.
always been my one.
I don't know. I can't listen to that without playing Tony Hawk.
Yeah,
It's
Tony Hawk
inbuilt.
3, yeah.
It's inbuilt.
Boom, boom. Oh, hey, we've only got these guys for another 10 minutes. Shall we get on?
Yep.
Do we need to
We need to do silence, yeah. So everyone shut up.